Yeah, yes. Good evening, everybody. Woo! Shake it out. Wake up. We back, baby, for an evening segment. Come on, keep it up, baby. Keep it up. We got 25 in the chat. Come on, y'all. Come on. We got 9 in the chat right now on YouTube, man. Y'all make sure y'all sharing the live up. Let me see, man. We got some vibes going tonight, man. Hey, I told y'all, them beats are starting to get crazy, ain't it? Them beats starting to get crazy, man. Y'all take a moment, like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, man. We already got the night going up tonight. I want this phone call segment tonight to go so crazy. So we're going to take our time jumping into tonight's discussion. We're talking about fall camp kickoff is tomorrow, man. Alabama football is back officially. The players are checked in. Everybody's back. We no more speculation about what's going to happen, what needs to happen. It's starting on tomorrow. I mean, like, really, it's been started, right? You go back to spring, we started back in spring, but now we're really on a trajectory to kicking off for the 2024-25 season. It's realistic. It really starts. It really started today, but it really kicks off tomorrow. And so tonight we're going to indulge, man. And we got a lot of different schools that's going to be represented tonight. I believe we got a few people calling in. A few Cal College personnel representatives want to call in and you know, make their claims and say what they got to say before everything starts to pop off real, because now you just can't throw stuff on the wall and just hope it stick. You got to know what you're talking about. Now you got to really pay attention to what's happening with your squad. And it's going to be a good season. I think it's going to be an exciting season, especially in the SEC. So as we wait for everybody to pull up, man, y'all take a moment. Remember to like the stream, man. That's how we get the algorithm up, get people talking about Coach Smook Network. Take 20 seconds right now to hit the share button, share it on Facebook, share it on Twitter, share it everywhere. Let them know that the Coach Smook Network is live, and we got the live call-in segment tonight. The phone line is open to everybody. I want to encourage everybody to get on the phone tonight. State your claim, man. If you sitting on the side, you know, you chilling tonight, and you excited about fall, man. I mean, we're not in fall yet. We towards the end of summer. Y'all see all the rain coming. I don't know if y'all been experiencing a lot of rain, but over here up towards, you know, the Georgia side and up towards Atlanta, I know we've been experiencing a lot of rain, man. And so I'm sitting over here and I'm like, man, I can't wait, man. That means, you know, when all that rain comes, that means the seasons is getting ready to change. That means we got to have a season change. So that fall season, man, I just can't wait to wake up on that Friday morning. Y'all know it's always that one Friday morning. It's always that one Friday morning when you know it's fall. You wake up and you walk outside about 7 o'clock in the morning. You outside and you just feel it. You smell the crispness in the air, the fall dew, right? Come on, y'all know what I'm talking about, man. But yeah, we're gonna talk about it tonight. What's up, Winston? How you feeling tonight? Dwight is in the building. Kimberly is in the building. What's up, y'all? Where the family at? They not rocking with us tonight. It's all good. We're gonna push on anyway, man. We're gonna make this thing pop. As a matter of fact, I got to do something because I did it earlier and it made it go crazy. Here we go. I'm gonna take a moment. I'm gonna share my live right now, man. I'm ready. Listen, my thing is this call-in show. I just want people to just call in and let college football world hear what you really got to say about your Alabama Crimson Tide, about your Florida Gators, about your Miami. We had Miami fans in here early. We had some of everybody in here early. Go ahead and speak. Speak tonight. Speak. So I'm still over there. That's cool. What's up? Mary J is in the chat. Piano Man, what's good, family? What's up, Piano Man? Yo, I'm ready to open this phone line up. I got some highlights to look at too. But you know what else I wanted to do? Let me go ahead and pull it up. Shout out to my boy Dwight, man. And I don't think we're gonna try it just in case. I don't know if we can't do it live. I'm gonna do a reaction. I want to do a reaction video in Discord. So tonight after this live, we're gonna do a reaction to the Link documentary preview. We're gonna do a reaction to it. I think that's gonna be a cooler thing. I want to record everybody's reactions, their takes on what they're expecting from this documentary, which is airing, I think, November 3rd, I believe. If I'm not mistaken, November 3rd is when the Link documentary, not November, August 3rd, I'm sorry. August 3rd, I think the documentary comes out, man. I'm excited And to see how crazy that mantra took off, man, how crazy it grew. You got other universities, other players in different programs using that saying, and it's very powerful when you think about the root of it and how they came about. Proving everybody wrong, man. I think we could say we rocking with the link heavy on this side here. Yeah, man. What's up? Greg is in the building. What's up, Greg? My boy. Yeah, my boy said. Antoine said, put the number up. Listen, before we get into that, y'all know what we got to do, man. Got to give people a chance to become a member of the AAA family, right? Give them a chance. So we're going to run the commercial, and then y'all already know, man, we excited. Got our merch lined up. Y'all, what's crazy is, and y'all going to think I'm lying, we've already had 7 or 8 orders already today. I'm so grateful. I'm grateful to God for everything that he's doing for the Coach Smook Network. But really, y'all, the way y'all support, man, the way y'all rock with this brand and what's happening with the vision and through this transition, man, I cannot be more thankful. So y'all take a moment to try to become a part of the AAA family by supporting the YouTube channel, becoming a paid partner. And this is how you do it. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community. And also, there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Did somebody say put me in the game? The time has finally come. Here at the Coach Smook Network, we are officially launching our first merchandise line. We will have a lineup of t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies available, with more items to come in the future. The way you can find these items is by simply going to the YouTube page, clicking on the links, and you will see the Coach Smook Network merchandise link below. Or during our live stream, type in the chat !merch, and you will see the link come up. And from that website, you can purchase all the variety of merchandise that we have available. So between now and August 31st, you will have a chance to receive a 15% discount on all merchandise available. Don't wait too long. Don't wait until it gets close to the end. Coach Smook Network is growing fast, and I'm glad to be a part of what we're building here. Thank you for your support, and go get your merch, man. Yeah, man. I'm so excited about the merch. Like, I don't know about y'all, man. Well, I know y'all are because we got 8 orders. We just launched earlier today at noon. So we got 8 orders already being fulfilled. I didn't get to see exactly what they was. I don't understand how to read the order thing yet. I'm gonna go back and try to figure it out later on. I had to take me a nap earlier, y'all. It was crazy. But listen, we in it tonight. We are here. Listen, I don't have much to say. I think I've been doing enough talking all day. We talked this morning. I gave my take on a lot of things that, Auburn fans talking crazy about recruiting. We talked about a couple of outlooks. We talked about the 4 tiers of where we think the SEC rankings are going to fall as far as the end of season results for certain teams, the outlook of certain matchups. We got to talk a good talk this morning, right? But tonight, I'm going to open up the phone lines, y'all. And the Put Me in the Game call segment is brought to you by the AAA family, man. The AAA family, authenticity above all. Thank y'all for supporting the network and doing what y'all do. We're going to open the phone lines up, man. Let me hold up. Let me see, because it was having an issue a second ago, but I think I fixed it because I was running another person's stream. See, y'all think I just be hustling for Coach Smook Network. I be hustling for some of everybody. I was doing a producing for somebody else's stream, y'all. Trying to help another content creator get started. So we're trying to still network in that facet too. All right, y'all. Phone line is open 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, coach. Say your name, put me in the game, coach. And we'll jump into the conversation. And the topic of conversation is, this is fall camp kickoff eve. What is there else to talk about? Whatever it's open. It's an open field right now. There's nothing you can't talk about. What's good, Joshua? I see you in the chat, man. What's good over there on Facebook side? That's my brother Joshua, a newly converted Alabama fan himself. My sister had to get him right. Thank God for him. We got our first caller calling in tonight.
Antoine,
Oh snap! Did I hear correctly? Is that Antoine?
Let me play, coach.
Hey, man, listen. I ain't much else to say. Everybody, welcome to the stage, man. My guy, one of my senior moderators, man. This is a very rare occasion that we get to get this hardworking man on the line. Antoine, welcome to the phone line, man. Welcome to the show. How you feeling today, bro?
Feeling great. First of all, today was a good day.
Mm-hmm.
I caught my ticket for that tailgate party. So
yes, sir.
Now.
Yes, sir. That's what's up, man.
Today was also a good day because I had Auburn fans talking junk at the store today.
Tell me about it.
We've been talking about this all day, all week, seemed like, ever since the little big cat party, big PY party, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Man, they getting this false confidence. Y'all still ain't beat New Mexico State yet. I don't know what's going on. 2 commits. Are they really relying on freshmen like this? Cam Coleman, that's all they talking about. He's supposed to be the man. You still got to wake up every day. Peyton Thorne, your quarterback.
I think they forget about that, Antoine. They forget that they got to have somebody to get these players the ball. And I watched the spring game. I didn't see any improvement. Zero. And I know spring game, you don't put a lot of weight on it, but come on, dog.
Exactly. But I mean, it's just bothering me. It's getting to the point, it's starting to bubble in me, and I'm going to take it out tonight. Try to get it out tonight.
Go ahead,
but,
bro.
I mean, it's just one of them things, like, these people really think they competing with Bama all of a sudden. Yes, you play close games, but guess what happened every other year? You get your ass blew out.
Mm-hmm. And have an excuse every time it happened. Well, last year, man, we know what happens when you go to Jordan-Hare. Georgia knows what happened when you go to Jordan-Hare. Ole Miss knows what happened when you go to Jordan-Hare. It's just weird stuff happens when you go down there to that trash stadium with all that. Man, go ahead. I ain't gonna take your rent. Go ahead, Antoine.
Auburn Tiger fans, listen up, please. 8 out of the last 10 years. L. The 2 times you did win. Last play. Come on now.
Talk about it.
Y'all got to be more real than that. You're not on that level yet. You're definitely not on that level yet with Peyton Thorne and freshmen as your playmakers. Who is your running back? Hunter? Average. I'm saying it's still gonna be the same thing. Y'all got a long way to go.
Man, Antoine, question. And now I know we give Auburn a lot of trash, a lot of hate, but I've been seeing a lot of these Tennessee and Ole Miss fans. You know, all of a sudden on Twitter, they're starting to pop their stuff a little bit too much for me. For teams that haven't played for a conference championship nor a playoff during its current era. If I'm not mistaken, unless I missed something, I don't think Tennessee's been to a playoff since they started. Can't remember their last meaningful postseason game that they played. And then same with Ole Miss. I just don't. So can you help me out there?
I'll give Ole Miss a little bit of leeway. You want to know why? Number one reason Ole Miss is confident this year, they don't play Bama. They don't play Bama.
And they do have it set up to be able to go with 10, 11 wins this year.
I would feel a little bit better if I was them. So, yeah, but if it comes down to Atlanta, we'll see him. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not ready yet. Not ready yet. Tennessee. I don't understand. Again, freshman. The kid is talented, but this is going to be his first year starting. All they going off of is a bowl game. What happens in bowl games? Some team is going, half of your players don't want to play. Some of them getting ready for the NFL. Some of them not going to play. So, I mean, it's one game to go off of. Yeah, you got a spring to go off of, but you're going to take his lumps too.
Oh, yeah.
One of them going to be against Alabama.
And if he doesn't, I think he'll have a few tests before us, which will have him, especially being at home. That's a big game. That's a big time kid. Like he's a big time player. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't think that's where their hiccups will come majority of the time. You know, and the team that's willing to put pressure on him or to sit in that extra pressure, them the teams that's going to see early success. But he's a great athlete, great arm talent, can dissect the defense, but how quickly does that turn over into what Tennessee is going to need to do? You get what I'm saying? And I think he'll have a few tests to try to figure it out. But by the time we see him, Kane Womack will have a great idea of where his pressures, his effective pressures come from, what groupings, personnel groupings. I think this is the start of fall camp. You're going to start seeing lineups. I mean, like for real lineups. This staff, I believe, did a better job in preseason evaluation with some of the things that I was evaluating and some of the things that they're saying now about certain players. I think this staff did a great job doing preseason evaluation.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. And one thing on defense, one thing that I seen like in practices and spring ball last year, Jahai Campbell was used more on blitzes and he was effective. And I think that'll be something that Kane will do more, like to use the players to their strengths more.
Right.
And, I mean, it's just going to be little tweaks here and there where we're able to do some things that other teams ain't seen before, but it's just going to look just as good. So I think it's going to be a lot to be optimistic about defensively.
Yeah, and I've been seeing a few people have takes on it. You all, I think everybody here at AAA community, we all know my feels on this defense. I really feel like this will be a more effective defense, not necessarily one that's just like going to shut teams out. You know, like 7 points or less a game type defense. No, I feel like this defense will be early on. Will be very physical up front, very aggressive early on. And that will decide the tone of the game for our defense because Kane Womack is not going to try to force no issues if momentum is not in his way. He's going to put guys in safe positions to react faster. That way you pick up your speed. You're starting to see the things develop. You're starting to see tendencies develop. And so 2 or 3 drives of that, being able to play safe and play at full speed, that helps the defense. And that's why you see his defense generally have production the way they do every stop he's been at as a defensive coordinator. And South Alabama, he wasn't the coordinator, but that was his defensive structure. You get what I'm saying? So I think this is a good setup, man. I'm right there with you. I'm excited with this defense.
Well, no doubt, man. It's gonna be a lot of good to see. I mean, just knowing from what I know of the defense being way back when his dad was running it back in the old days.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, it's always put up big numbers of All-Americans. Back then, it was Playboy All-Americans. Done seen it all with this defense, so I'm confident.
Yeah, and I think I commented in Coach Sean and Jake's live. I said, oh yeah, I was saying like the Landshark defense when David Warmick was at Ole Miss, that was a crazy good defense, man. They gave Blake Sims problems. Blake Sims was just starting to get into that confidence level because of that game. You know, they forced him to be an athlete. They forced him to use his real weapon that made him different as a quarterback / athlete / quarterback, you know. And that's what I feel like we're going to force teams to do. Are you going to try to really force the pass game issue? Because I don't think we're going to give a lot of people time to be effective in the pass game. Even if you go a quick pass game, the way that we play on the perimeter, on the back end, you know, on the boundary is just it makes sense now. We're not giving those crazy soft cushions. You know, if the leverage looks like it could be a quick screen look, we're playing quick screen, you know, and it's because of is alignment, pre-snap read, everything. You're putting it all in front of the players. I love it, man. I love it. I'm excited. I'm more excited about the defense than the offense, honestly. I just, as an offensive guy, I know what they expect from this offense, but this defense, I'm right there with you, man. I think this defense is really about to go crazy.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yep. Well, what else you got, man? Whatever, man. Tonight is phone call segment. So phone calls, I'm giving people 15 minutes. You know, we pushing it to the max. I'm over here typing while you're talking, just trying to, you know, remember timestamps because you said some hot stuff, and I want to put a collage together to start promoting the calling segments because we really want it to heat up. Fall practice starts. And I got an announcement too, Antoine. If you don't have nothing right now, I got an announcement that might get you hyped.
Go ahead, cause I got some closing statements left.
Okay,
that'll be about it.
So check this out. And you probably, I don't know if you paid attention to it. I put it in the mod chat, and I think I need to get the horn ready for this. But y'all remember, everybody's asking like, are we going to be able to get the same type of post practice interview? Are we going to be able to get that here? You know, we missed the fact that you was able to do that. Well, I'm proud to announce. I am proud to announce that we will have media access. Coach Smook Network will have media access. We are privy to everything that you see the media doing right now. We're lining up some things. We're finalizing some things with our brand. But y'all, we will be able to bring the hot stuff. So yes, God, I'm grateful. Didn't know what the plan was going to be coming into the season. I was just going to rely on my sources and try to resource and work my way in. But looked like God had a plan already. And y'all, we're gonna still have the scoop. We're gonna have the inside scoop on a lot of things. Being able to get there, get the post practice interviews, some of the players. I mean, I got the player request forms, all of that stuff, y'all. And there's a process to do everything. There's a right way to do it. But I'm very grateful and I'm glad to be able to be in this position, y'all. And it's all because y'all for real. It's all because y'all for real. And shout out to my little brother jumping in the chat. Happy birthday. But I'm gonna get to him in a second. But Antoine, I want to hear your closing statement, man, because we've talked maybe once or twice offline, and the type of mindset you have when it comes to, you know, not just being a fan of Alabama football, but just football in general. I think I can relate with a lot of things that you say. So go ahead, man. Take it away. Floor is yours. Like I said, we got time tonight. And y'all, if you in the chat waiting, get ready to call in. Get ready.
Yeah. So I wanted to call in just because this is a call-in show tonight. And I want everybody to follow suit. Yeah, I usually don't call in, but that's what this is for tonight. It's for us. Let's chip in. Let's chime in. Do a little bit extra. What we normally don't do. It's good to hear everybody's voice. We do it in the Discord. We can do it on the show. Ain't nothing to it. But AAA family, I want to address y'all. I love y'all, and I thank y'all for the family we have become. Because a lot of times, a lot of people don't actually have that family to go to. We ain't got people that'll wake up and be like, good morning, bro, good morning, sis. A lot of people ain't got that. And sometimes we take that for granted. Sometimes we don't realize it. Kimberly, you number one on the list to jump up every morning. Good morning, everybody. We appreciate that. I do, for sure. Even if it's taken for granted by anybody, even by me at any time, I appreciate it. Just a lot of times I wake up with the family members that I miss and then still able to hop right on my phone, got Sam right there.
Right.
So that's big. And I can't wait to meet all y'all, whoever show up at the tailgate. Can't wait to kick it. It's going to be a good time. I promise you. If I'm there, it's going to be a good time.
We going to have it. Look, what they said, we had a time last night. It's going to be one of them. It's going to be one of them, bro. I guarantee it. And I'm right there with you, man, with this family vibe, you know. And I know you see the message I put in the mod chat, but that's me just being knowing I was going through a lot these past 2.5, 3 weeks, man, like a lot. I know if I'm and I learned this, and I don't mean to take it to church all the time, but y'all know where my faith is, where my faith lies. And I've always known this to be true. When you are set to lead anything, you know, or influence anybody, anything at any point in time, when God has a plan for your life, especially being out front of people, he's gonna, the very thing that you need to be able to support people through, he's gonna have you experience those things. And so I could just imagine, we've had people experience death. I experienced death close to me in the past 3 weeks. We had people, finances be attacked. My finances was attacked. You know, emotional things was happening. Like everything was happening to me, and I'm trying to figure out why. And I had to really sit back and think about what you just said, man. I got a family, and I just think about it like I go through stuff for my kids that I would never go through for anybody else. So if this AAA community is my family, I could just imagine the spiritual weight that I've agreed to take on, and I'm not mad about it. I'm glad. And when I look at it that way, that's why I could go and stay up till 6 a.m. editing and creating all of this stuff, this visual stuff to keep you all engaged, on top of just the natural connection that we've developed because of our authenticity. So I appreciate you sharing that for real, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, same thing with the mod group. Don't ever take what you do for granted, because it's needed. The smallest thing is always working towards the big scheme. So don't ever take what you do for granted. Everybody count. Everybody's doing a part, and that's what makes it so good, because it's like that. It's a small little piece here, small little piece there, and it all makes the whole thing work like it's supposed to.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Antoine. You got anything else you want to put on the wax, bro? Because I'm telling you, bro, this tonight, I feel like it's about to get amped up. I see a few people on the Facebook side liking the stream. Appreciate Chris Hammock, Jared, my uncle G-Rat, and my guy Wesley. What's good, Wesley? How you feeling, man? Appreciate y'all for liking the stream over there on Facebook. Twitter showing up. We got 28 live on Twitter. We got 33 live on YouTube. That's what I'm talking about. YouTube numbers is up tonight. Let's get these numbers up, y'all. Let's get the viewers in here. I want to hear a whole bunch of people call. You heard Antoine, he challenged a lot of you all. Y'all, it ain't nothing to get on the phone and say what you feel. Say what you feel for about 2 minutes. Give us 2 minutes. Let's hear what you got to say. Get these sound bites out. Let everybody hear what Bama Nation is feeling over here at the Coach Smook Network.
Nothing else to say but a big roll damn Tide.
All right, my boy, roll Tide, Antoine. I'll catch up with you, brother.
All right, man. Love you, bro.
Love you too, bro. That's my boy, man. Yeah, I'm talking about it's people that you meet in life, man, and you don't need to see them every day, talk to them every day to know that they solid. Antoine, one of them guys. I got a lot of those in the AAA family, man. And I'm blessed, man. I'm blessed. Y'all are blessed. Y'all just don't know it yet. Y'all don't take it for granted. We got somebody. Kimberly check on us every morning. I ain't gonna lie. First couple of days, I used to get mad because it would always be like in the middle of me sending like a good morning message myself. And I started thinking, I was like, I asked for people like this to be in my community. You know, I asked for people like this. So now that's not my responsibility. That's not my assignment no more. If I don't tell the community good morning, I know Kimberly speaks for the community when she says good morning to everyone. She tagged those mods. She tagged those longtime members. Everybody that's been around that she knows, she's familiar with. And that means a lot to my community right now. That means a lot to me. I look forward to it. I promise you, if I don't see Kimberly say good morning, I'm like, hold up. I must not be, hold on, And we check. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing. Everybody matters in this family. No matter how big or small, no matter how significant the role is, how little you might think it is, it matters here. And that's how it's gonna always be. Because that's what we are. We're a community network. And we're gonna keep building for the community. But the phone line is open again, 334-625-1121. Again, that's 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, coach. And we'll get you on the line, man. We got another number calling in, 205. You on.
Call from
Zachary, put me in the game, coach.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Got Zachary on the line. Yo, Zach, what's up? You in the game, man? Speak. How you feeling this evening?
I'm feeling good, Coach Smook.
Man, listen, me too, bro. It's like we hours away from fall camp, like literally hours. Tomorrow this time, we'll be talking about everything that happened at practice. And I think first practice, let me pull up this thing. I think first practice is in the morning. But what's up, Zach? What's on your mind?
Oh, man. I'm just excited for the season, excited for this tailgate coming up, excited to meet everybody and just have a good time with everybody, and excited to prove all these haters wrong and just, go out there and have a good season this year.
Zach, if you had to pick a side of the ball, man, pick a side of the ball. And I always ask you this. I just love to pick our fan base's brains, because I want to see how in depth or how much value we have, or as a fan base, I want to see do y'all see how much value we have in this team? So when you look at one side of the ball that you especially ready to hear some updates about, what's an area, what's a position group or a specific spot that you ready excited to hear some updates about?
Wide receiver, because I believe our wide receivers aren't getting enough respect. And granted, production wise, we have a lot of inexperienced production wise. They're junior. We have some juniors and seniors, but they just haven't, production wise, they haven't produced on the field because they was underutilized because of the way Nick ran his offense.
Right.
But yes, I'm excited to hear some updates about them and see what Coach Shepard's how Coach Shepard is going to develop these guys and how they're going to produce this year.
A lot of quality talent in that wide receiver room. So I can agree with you. I think that's an exciting group to look out for. But I'm more so interested, if I had to pick one, and I want the next callers that's ready to call in. When you come in, think about this: a position, whether it's a position group or a certain spot in particular that you're excited about and see to hear, or excited to hear some developments about, to see how things are transpiring and how they roll into the season. For me, I'm ready to see what happens at left tackle. Everybody know I felt very strongly about what Caden Proctor did when he left. Him coming back and you remember it just started to grow on me, seeing that we really needed to shore up that tackle spot, one, but two, to see his willingness to admit where he knew he had made a bad choice. He made a messed up decision. He came back, he made it right, and he made it about doing the right thing, and that was locking in with his brothers and getting ready for this season. And you can't be mad at somebody for that. Everybody makes mistakes, and it wasn't necessarily a mistake. He did what was best for him at that time. It just wasn't something that we saw that as a fan. I didn't want to see him, lose an opportunity by being a little homesick. You get what I'm saying?
Right. And I kind of agree with you. He shouldn't have let the fans get to him, because and make him have to make a decision like that. He should have. And again, we put a lot of pressure on these 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, that are still kids in the sense of they still have a lot of growing and maturing to do because your brain doesn't fully develop until you're 25.
Right.
So we put a lot of expectations on these kids and expect them to go out there and perform week in and week out at a certain standard, but maybe they're not ready. And like you said, I don't think Caden Proctor was ready last year. And this is just my humble opinion.
Mm-hmm.
He got forced out there because he was a bigger body, and Coach Saban wanted a bigger body out there at last season for how he was going to scheme his offense last season.
Yep.
And I think if it was any other season or any other coach, he would have probably sat a year and developed and learned the offense first before he got thrown out there and thrown to the fire, And so it would have been, in my opinion, it would have been more beneficial for him if he did wait a year and lose some of that weight like he has this offseason and then earn his starting spot.
Right. So I'm sitting here now, and I just confirmed. I'm looking at the schedule now. We only are having morning practices during the fall, which is cool. That's lit. Morning practices, no practices after 11. Looks like only one practice after 11. Pretty cool, and that's the Fan Day practice. So if you all haven't heard the news, Fan Day is going to be August 11th at 11:35 a.m. and we will have media access immediately following that. So I plan on being back in T-Town the second or third week of August, y'all. Trying to get there a week before the Western Kentucky kickoff. So that's when our on-site practice reporting should pick up here in the next few weeks. But we're working in correlation with a few of the other media outlets there that we were able to partner with. Zach, I told you all I was big on building relationships while I was doing my time as a team reporter for Bama football on YouTube. And I built some quality relationships and guys who see what I'm trying to do and they see what the network is doing and they're in strong support of it. So they'll be coming on as guests, providing us real on-site. These are people that I would talk to on the sidelines at practices. You see some of the footage that I caught here with the sound on, you can hear me and probably Stephen M. Smith or Justin Smith from TDA talking, or me and Rodney Orr talking, or I forget the gentleman's name from the round tape from On 3, but all those guys are there, and I was able to build some solid relationships with the guys. So we'll be having some of those guys on, man, and also getting a clear understanding of what we have access to. I got some huge surprises for y'all that I'm really working and cooking up, and God be willing, guys, we're about to see a seismic change, and it's all because of energy like Zach bringing it to the channel. Getting on, giving your perspectives, and the singing, embracing your personality, letting it all hang out, letting your Bama look what Jay to go say, letting your Bama hang out. So I'm glad that we got this, Zach. I'm glad we got this.
Oh yeah, me too, Coach Smook, and I'm glad that I can do that for you and bring more insight to your channel from an outside perspective.
100%, Zach. So other than a certain position group, what's probably the biggest question you have right now going into the season, whether it's offensive, defensive, whether it's coaching, whatever? What's the biggest question you have for Alabama football? And I'll see if I could weigh in with my perspective, man. You give me some feedback on my perspective.
Okay. Right now, the secondary. And the reason why is because we have a couple experienced players back there, but still majority of our rotational guys are freshmen. So how is their skill set going to translate to the college level this season?
Mm-hmm. And I you know what? I look at our lineup, right? And I'm gonna see if I could pull it up real quick while we're talking about it. But I look at our lineup and I'm not scared anymore. Now that the roster is intact, now that we have guys on campus. We did get to see King Mack and Cam Howard and who's the other transfer that we got? We got King Mack, Cam Howard, and it was a third one. Oh man. What's the gentleman's name?
Deshaun Jones.
Yes. We didn't get to see those guys in spring ball. But I tell you, if you go turn on their film from the snaps that they got from last year, and everybody gets all these highlight films put out once they transfer or hit the portal and they go to Bama or Georgia, anywhere, all of a sudden they got highlights. All of a sudden we know we can find snaps. And so from what I was able to find, especially with Deshaun Jones and Cam Howard, well, King Mack more so than Cam Howard, those two guys are physical in the box safeties, and both can play on the boundary. So when you have guys who've had a little bit of burn at the collegiate level, I feel confident with them playing in this scheme. But then you got guys like Xavier Brown that are just they're day one ready. They've been day one ready since they came on campus. Red Morgan, guys that are ready, and you mix them up with Malachi Moore, Devontae Smith, Keon Sapp, Damani Jackson. You got 7 DBs now. We didn't have that coming into the season. We didn't have that coming into spring. We had maybe a solid 3. So now we got a solid 7, 8-man rotation with guys that are athletic enough to play at the collegiate level, just don't have that experience. I think we're in a better position from where we were when we went into spring.
Right. And I agree with you on that. And I'm not really scared. What my question is, until I have to look at it from a fan's perspective. Until I see it translate on the field, I don't know. I can only go by what I see on the field, from a fan's perspective.
As we all can. That's just the way it works. We all can speculate right now. That's why we're having a phone call segment tonight. This is Speculation Central. We get to speculate as much speculating we want to do tonight, because tomorrow it really starts. The writing's on the wall. You know what I'm saying? That the writing starts to happen tomorrow. Spring ball, yes, it was good. All of that development over the summer training, all of that, it's time to put it to use tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. This isn't fall camp practice, right? This is week 1 practice. This is practice for Western Kentucky game. Tomorrow starts that. That's what's happening tomorrow. Tomorrow we start phasing into game planning for Western Kentucky and what we want our offense to look like, what we want our defense to look like, walking into the running into this season under this first season under head coach Kalen DeBoer and this new era of Alabama football. That's what's happening tomorrow.
Correct. And honestly, if you ask me, I think this defense is going to overachieve because of the experience and talent we have on the defensive line. It's going to allow for our cornerbacks and safeties to make plays on the ball,
Right. I feel you, Zach. I'm one of those guys that you have to show me otherwise. I'm not one that's going to give the negative the advantage. I feel like everything that I saw from this secondary, their improvement during the spring game, and it was just a mental thing during the spring game. They were forced into situations where they did not have that advantage. That was purposely done for the defense. They were the play calling was set up for them to be at a disadvantage, and the offense did. Right. The offense still had problems at certain points in time of the game. That's effort. That's what you want to see from players who need to be brought in a system where guys are going to be on and off the field. You don't need to be whining about how many reps. You just because you heating up right now don't mean it's time for you to stay on the field. Come out, trust the process. And I saw effort, I saw energy, I saw continuity, I saw that brotherhood. I saw a lot of that during the spring game. I feel like if more this so now this year than the past 3 or 4 years, I feel like this team is more prepared to prove something rather than have this like just this idea that we got to play with a chip on our shoulder. But no, they actually have a chip on their shoulder this season, and I'm excited to see this team. I'm really excited to see this team.
And the only thing I would say that I've seen in the spring game that I would say needs to be cleaned up in fall practice is the missed tackles. Other than that, everything else they did good under pressure. It was the missed tackles that we need to clean up a little bit, and that's all with just not practicing for a while and getting back into the flow of things and learning a new defense and all them things.
You know what that also is too, Zach? That's guys looking out for each other while still trying to maintain the integrity of the game. Because I don't know if you remember, but Jalen Monroe laid one out there for Jeremy Bernard down the middle of the field, and Malachi Moore could have cleaned Bernard. But he just put his shoulder in him, didn't try to hit him in the ribs, and he ended up taking more of the blunt force of that interaction. But that goes to show you that Malachi Moore understands his assignment. In a game, that's probably jarred loose. That's a solid tackle he can make right there. Form tackle, don't leave your feet, make a play on the ball. But it also gave the wide receiver opportunity to prepare himself to still attack the ball and fight through contact. So it was more so to me, especially in the run game. So many times we see running backs get drugged down late on the run when the initial contact is up top and they got multiple guys hanging on around them, and we've seen season-ending injuries. So to get through our spring game with no injuries, but to see effort and guys playing hard, you didn't see clean jerseys coming from our spring game. So I'm excited about it. I'm not worried about the tackling. I've seen us tackle. Our tackling last year was good. It was just about being in position that was our problem last year.
Right. And I agree with you there. And like I said, it's just little minor things that needed to be cleaned up. Nothing major, just little minor things.
Yeah. You right, Zach. Anything you want to say before I open the phone lines back up for the rest of the family, man? Zach, you already know. You always bring the heat, man. You brought it tonight, as always. I just football is here, man. Football is here. I'm sipping my cranberry and apple ocean spray juice tonight, and I'm excited. I'm excited about football. Like I haven't been this excited in a while. I can admit that as a Bama fan, when it comes to being a fan, I haven't been this excited in a long time, and this is because yes, we've been Sabanized. We've had the privilege of assuming that we will be in the top 2, top 3, top 4 every year since 2009.
Right. So, and it gets to the player. It don't just get to the fan base. It gets to the player's head too. And that's why the last 2-3 years, Saban had such a hard time getting the players to go out and compete for 60 minutes because they had the big head,
Right. And it wasn't everybody, but you could definitely see it in the effort. And then the game was changing too, man. The game was changing during these last 5-6 years. I mean, so many rule changes. It changed the way that Saban coached. It changed the style of coaching that he brought. And even the play calling style. Saban started to become a lot less aggressive in certain situations where I felt like early in his tenure, he would be the one being the aggressor, being the one forcing the and maybe the play calling, he was trying to give opportunities to guys because he knew that his retirement was coming. So, however, whatever the reason why it happened, and now we're into a new era. Coach DeBoer, I'm glad the keys are in his hand. His roster is super talented from top to bottom. I mean, we got walk-ons for this year that I feel like if they get opportunities, we won't see a drop off. That's how bought in this whole program is right now, this whole football team, and I'm excited to see it, Zach.
Right. Last statement. Coach DeBoer reminds me of a young Nick Saban early in his tenure. And with his style of coaching, his coaching IQ and everything. And he's probably going to end up, in my opinion, he's going to end up being Saban 2.0.
Hey, and the thing is, I'm going to say this, Zach, and I think Coach Saban has even alluded to it. For someone this early in his career to be experiencing the type of success at every stop, the fast turnaround, and he's doing it in the midst of college football evolving into a whole new, industry. The business part of college football is really taking a stronghold, and Kalen DeBoer is still able to coach winning, not just create winning culture, but coach winning, right? That it entails creates a winning culture. So Fresno State, Washington, they got to see like the direct effect. I mean, direct effect. He shows up year one everywhere he's going, and has made a at least a 3-game improvement as far as projected winnings.
Right.
And now you give him one of the most talented teams in college football. You're giving him the keys to that team, and he was able to retain a good quality group of those guys, and then add some key guys out of the transfer portal and secure the number 2 recruiting class for this that he didn't even recruit. He was able to reassure these guys that, hey, this is his best move for you. Jeremiah Beam, all those guys stuck it out, man. I'm excited, bro. Aside Fager, all those guys that 24, 23 guys that chose to stay committed, they're going to be the ones that set the tone. The 25, they're going to get a lot of recognition because of what they're doing as the first full recruiting class. But the 23, 24 guys, they're going to be the ones setting the tone. And this is going to be the start of. You don't think them guys have something to prove? They don't want to prove something. Zach, you said a lot of that tonight, and I'm right there with you, my guy. I'm right there with you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Now, Zach, it's nighttime, but ain't nothing changed because you know what time it is, right? I mean, now if you ain't ready, I mean, if you ain't ready, just let me know.
I ain't ready this evening.
Listen, great. Listen, that's what family is for. At least you honest, because you need to be at your best, and we weren't. I don't think the night calls for a song. But it do cost for us a little trash talk. So I need you to take 10 seconds, 30 seconds. And I want you to charge. Right. I want you to give all the stuff you've been holding in. I know you've been being nice the last couple of times you've been talking about some of these fans. You got 30 seconds. Let her rip, Zach.
All right. To Tennessee fans, y'all are some no good white trash mother effers that can't. That don't know nothing about football, and y'all can't compete with Alabama. Y'all won't compete with Alabama. Y'all got lucky in 2022, and y'all are going to experience a beatdown like never before because Nick Saban took his foot off the gas. This coach does not take his foot off the gas. He's going to pound it down your throat, over the top, wherever you want it, he's going to provide it, and he's going to bring the heat, and he ain't going to stop for all 4 quarters until the clock hits 0.
Oh, man. Oh, Zach. You came in kind of, hey, I ain't going to lie, Zach. I wouldn't expect you to just, you didn't hesitate. Zach went head first. He said, "Oh, the pool's open. I'm diving in." Zach went head first, straight nose dive. I mean, no gradual decline. He killed all the engine boosts. He just said, Zach said, "I'm out of here, bro. You want me to let loose?" I'm about to let loose, coach. He said, hey, y'all Tennessee fans, all y'all bunch of trash. You don't know. Like he went in it. Zach on fire tonight, man. That's what's up, Zach. Oh, man, I needed that one, Zach. We needed that. I don't think people knew you had that part of you, Zach. I think you caught some of them off guard. Look, you got exclamation people. Zach, oh my, Zach. Trina said nosedive, Zach. Yeah, he went. He took off. They low down, right, Goof? They low down. They dirty. What's up, Goofball? Good to see you. And shout out to my guy Spidey, man. He said, "Ooh, calling out Tennessee peoples like that." Hey, LSU, we got something for y'all too, man. We got something for LSU fans too, Maddie. Good to see you over there, bro. Congrats to you and all your success. I'm proud of you. And shout out to all the likes over there on Facebook too, man. Y'all got to hear my boy Zach, the voice of the SOS family, the AAA family, go on for a little hot second, man. That was hot right there, Zach. I ain't even gonna count. That was lit, bro. I'll catch up with you later, man. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide, Coach Smook, and good night.
All right, buddy. Zach said, I said, whoa. We got enough of that. Zach with the college folks, white trash and all this stuff. Zach, you can't say that. This is a family network. We don't. I said, hey, Zach, that cousin, man. Zach is that cousin. He the one you don't let get the mic at the funeral because he ain't gonna act right. Don't tell him to act up. We got another call on the line, 256-497-6075.
Greg, put me in the game, Coach.
I done said this
To accept,
that whole
press
number
1.
on.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Greg, Greg, I'm horrible, bro. I want to apologize to you right now. If you start getting a whole bunch of phone calls, which I doubt it, we ain't that famous yet. You know what I'm saying? We ain't up there. We good. I just naturally just reading comments and looking at super chats. I done read off your whole number. I apologize, man. Greg on the line though. Y'all know Greg don't care. You call Greg talking crazy. You might
I'm
regret
back
it.
third tonight after two good ones there. Oh my gosh, Antoine and of course the legend Zach. I'm batting third tonight, but I'm ready.
Okay, look, you listen.
The pitcher. I'm gonna knock a home run. Let's go.
Let's get it, baby. What you got for us tonight, Greg?
I've just been sitting here. Family's kind of going doing some things kind of here at the house, and I get busy reading other stuff. You know, and it's getting pissed off more and more sometimes about some stuff. And like Tennessee, you're right. Like they're getting a little confident, a little too much, a little cocky, and they ain't done shit. Oh, sorry.
You
and,
good? It's the night thing.
Get your beep ready. Get your beeper ready tonight. You might have a sore finger.
I got you.
I'm getting tired of them. Sick of them. Auburn, they think like they've won the national championship because they got two guys that flip. One of them was really good. Smith kid was really, really good. I think we'll get him back. The other one, he's been flipping. It's like you said earlier. I think it was on Twitter I was reading.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be transferring. He'll be be down there 1 year, and he'll be transferring somewhere.
Yep, we won't get to beat him twice. We won't get to beat him twice.
And I don't think I've heard anybody talk about the kid we got committed for 2027. The 10th grader from Moody, Barack, what was his last name?
Willis.
Anyway, he's a stud. Yeah.
I think it's Barack Willis. Yeah.
Yep. He committed. And right now, Auburn said they were number one in 2026 because they got some commitment. Well, tell them bitches we're number one in 2027 already. And he's probably going to be the number one player in Alabama, too, they said. So,
hey.
We're already ahead of them there. I guess, we got to show them something.
Yeah, and it's crazy, Greg. The thing is, man, I will be down at Moody. I got some 26 guys that I was already doing some following up as far as recruiting.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of the kids that got passed over to me from like 2 or 3 different viewers on the channel. So to see him get an offer from Alabama and to actually have that commitment, that's huge, man. It just goes to show you we in the right place at the right time.
He had 79 tackles, 15 tackles, for loss, and 9 sacks, 6'3", 225 going into 10th grade. Pretty good.
That's crazy. That they're feeding these children whole chickens, and I mean, it's got to be something because man, going into his sophomore year, man, that's crazy. And so, but he's going to be a talent, man. I remember seeing some of his camp work, man. Some of his tape from camp, his previous Bama camp, and I mean, naturally gifted, but technically sound too. To be so young, technically sound, and you don't do that at a school like Moody, right? You don't have that type of production at on a varsity level. unless you're a special type of stud. And that dude, that's going to be a huge swinging point for us. Good night there, Maddie. Good thing seeing you tonight, man. And always, Bama, we claim Baton Rouge. That's South Tuscaloosa. We have I think we're 7-2 there in the past 9 meetings at your house. I think go check the facts, but just know we're not giving y'all space back no time soon. Thank you. It stank down there too. But yeah, go ahead, Greg.
I was just going back. I think you asked Zach, like what was maybe something I might be concerned about, or what we might be concerned about.
Yeah.
It could be coaches or position, or groups. I'm still on, and I think I put it in the comment a while ago. I'm not really worried about middle linebackers, but I'm worried about the backups. I want to make sure because they're going to be the guys next year. These two guys are going, both of them going, they're going to be gone.
Oh yeah.
And they're going to be gone. So we've got to make sure that they get developed, which I know we have great coaches on the defensive side. I mean, I think we've, our whole team really.
Say it.
We have so many people so many kids that are talented that just hadn't had a chance to prove themselves. So everybody's kind of down on us because they're like, well, they lost all this production, blah, blah. But they don't know what we got, man, because everybody's speculating what we don't have, and we're speculating what we do have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we know we have it, and we got good. All you got to have is good coaches, Smook. You know that. If you got some dudes, all you need is coaches, and we got coaches on both sides of the ball. So I'm not worried about the wide receivers. We got the best wide receiver coach in the blankety blank USA. We do. We have the best one. So, and if he's high on them, I'm high on them, and that's all I've heard him say about all the kids. Like how hard they work, how they love, and they were getting better. I'm not worried about that at all. I'm not worried about the secondary that much either because we got two great coaches back there. I'm talking about two of the best in the SEC without a doubt. Well, I mean, honestly, our coaching staff, top to bottom, is better than any staff in since 2020. I said that, we've talked before.
100%.
It's not even close. It's because we had some duds. We did. We had some weak links on that on the staff the last 4 or 5 years.
Let's not even give that energy because that. Oh man, I said his name earlier, but I refuse to say it again. Thank God, Ole Miss got that problem now. But
I know I can't believe Lane hired him, but that's lame.
That's lame.
I mean,
he don't care.
Lane is lame. That's stupid, but he'll find out. This year they got a really good team on both sides of the ball, but that dude's gonna f it up. He's gonna f. I guarantee.
Look what he had in 2017, 2018, 2019.
Got Will Anderson dropping back in coverage all the time.
Come on, man.
What was that?
Come on. And you know what? I watched some film from last year. A lot of people got on Kevin Steele for doing it, but you look at the times where Dallas Turner dropped back in coverage. It was needed. It put him in position to be the guy that saved a lot of them quarterback runs when our spies was getting lost and getting mixed up in traffic. Terrence Marshall, oh my God. Please. Thank God he's not back. Terrible. Oh my God.
Glad. Sometimes graduation's good.
It's awesome. It's beautiful. Congratulations, young man. Get your degree.
I'm glad you're gone, bro, because they didn't want you at Georgia. I don't even know why we even wanted you, to be honest with you. I mean, they were laughing all the way on that. Only thing about him is he did get that fumble recovery against Georgia.
I mean, and that was about to me. That was probably he played 2 games last season for me. He played 2 games. He showed up in the Middle Tennessee State game. Middle Tennessee State. Yeah. He looked horrible against USF and Texas and Arkansas.
Yeah, he was always
just out of position,
hitting the wrong lane all the time. I mean, it was just, and they go after. They were picking on him, man. They started running
when 17 came on the field.
I posted earlier on the comments, like it took forever for Campbell to be a starter, and I kept thinking even when he would come in for a few snaps, it always make something happen. I'm like, what? I mean, I know I'm not at practice. I'm not one of those guys. They're like, come on, man.
Right?
Are you serious?
Yep.
Was coming in making plays all the time, and I saw that a lot the last 2 or 3 years. And I love Saban. Don't get me wrong, but on both sides of the ball, man, you see some people come in and like, oh, okay. And he wouldn't even play, like Brookshire or whatever his name was.
Mm-hmm.
Every time he came in last year, he's causing fumble, hitting some man. Just
And how does he not get the nod over?
How does he not even get to play? So then he transfers. So I'm like,
and he's not even at Texas no more. That sucks, man.
No, I know. I don't even know what he's doing now.
I wish he would have tried to stick around at Bama, man.
Yeah, because I think with the new defense, they might could have put him somewhere where he could
Bandit right there with where Ja Latham.
Yeah.
Oh man, he might have been where Jeremiah Alexander is. They had him playing inside linebacker, which wasn't the best position for him in that.
Yeah,
but
I don't think he was quick enough.
But in this scheme, Jeremiah Alexander is a lot quicker than Blackshaw, but I think you find range for a guy like Blackshaw. You schematically play him. You schematically play him. Run heavy teams.
The guy he has a pretty good size. You could beef him up and let him play somewhere, up on the line somewhere.
Put him at that bandit, at a true DN position, because that's what's going to happen. We're going to have true defensive linemen, 3 true down linemen. In this scheme, with your bandit having the capability of standing up. But he's going to generally play that end, and the Wolf is going to be your edge version linebacker. He's going to have his hand in the dirt a lot. He's going to be really coming off the edge. He's your stunt indicator. Like a lot of the blitz or the stunts that we're going to send in Twist are going to be predicated on how effective he can be early on.
Right. And we got a lot of defensive linemen. I think it's another reason why maybe that guy, he may have flipped Coleman, because he ain't going to get to play for a while. Because we're only going to lose Tim Smith and maybe another one might go. So we're going to have.
I think we lose.
Guys.
We lose.
We need to get
4.
2 more guys this year.
Mm-hmm.
We need to get 2 more. I think we're going to get somebody to flip somewhere. I don't know what all. They know more than we do, but another concern. Not a concern. I'm just kind of wondering. Our OC. I know he was in Indiana. He got to OC one year, and they all got canned.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't know. I think he'll do fine. Don't get me wrong, because DeBoer didn't even hesitate.
Didn't hesitate
to promote him, to bring him up. He didn't do like Nick Saban would have somebody coming in from here and there and do a whole week or 2 of interviews. He just split him right up and made the wide receiver their co-offensive coordinators. And he didn't even hesitate. So that makes me feel good that he knows a lot more about them than we do.
So from my understanding and having those, post-practice conversations with some of the staff and kind of gathering information. So from my understanding, Nick Sheridan has always been some type of quality control when it came to offensive play calling. So he has a good mind for situational play calling, what it entails, understanding personnel, what our strengths and advantages are, but what our weaknesses are. So him being promoted to offensive coordinator over Jamarcus Shepard makes a lot of sense. But he's more focused and more keen to understanding and developing quarterbacks than what Coach Kalen DeBoer is. And then for the wide receivers in your passing game, something that Sheridan just thrives in. Schematically, the way he levels concepts. He'll run a mixture of quick screen flood concept. Like he's designing those type of concepts and putting it in the hands of like Jamarcus Shepard. Hey, route tree this because we're trying to attack this, route this up, draw this route. And that's what you get with Jamarcus Shepard in the passing game coordination. And as Kalen DeBoer, you basically just manage him tempo, pace, momentum, like decision making. You get to sit back and do that when you have guys that you're that confident in your system that understand that really have developed your system for you.
I know Jalen Milroe loves him today. All the quarterbacks love Sheridan, so that's good. That they have a great rapport. But that's really the only thing, honestly. I think our tight end coach, the kid we got from, the young coach we got from, was it Georgia Southern, whatever. I think he might be the next coordinator.
Ellis.
Sheridan moves on Ellis, because man, he's lit it up wherever they've went. Wherever he's been a coordinator, they've been like wherever conference he's in or whatever league he's in, they've always been at the top. I think he's I thought he was one of the best diamond hires we had that nobody even talks about. Don't even talk about it. If you look his bio up and what he's done, that dude can flat out put up some numbers with his offense. It's crazy.
And kind of flipping it to the other side, since you're talking about coaches, I think we got a steal in Christian Robinson being our outside linebacker coach.
I agree. I knew you were going to say that.
I really,
I do too.
Man, you talk about to have a guy that's familiar with the style of play and just has every stop, SEC, very familiar with the SEC. Is an SEC guy, former SEC player, played at University of Georgia, if I'm not mistaken.
Right.
Played at Georgia.
He coached at Florida.
Coached at Florida, Mississippi State, had a stop at Mississippi State. He's got SEC ties. The recruiting is already showing what he's able to do with getting these linebackers. Him and Freddie Roach work hand in hand in recruiting these guys. Courtney Morgan is very involved in getting with those D-line and linebacker guys too. But Christian Robinson was a steal for me. One, he's not much older than a lot of the guys
really not.
in the locker room. For real, like he's really like big bro. He's really big bro.
I think he graduated in 2012.
2012, yeah. So it's 2011, 2012, I think it was. But he's really big bro. I graduated 2008, so he's younger than me, And so he graduated 2012 and was a GA at Georgia in 2013 and 14. Yeah, and then went to Ole Miss, then Mississippi State, Florida. So the only job outside of the SEC that he's had was where he just recently came from, which was Baylor. And
right,
him and Cap coming from Baylor, that was a big put. That was a steal right there to get both of them from Baylor. Come on, bro.
I know it, man. I bet their coach is pissed because we took two of their best coaches.
That was their staff. That was their recruiting. Those two guys right there.
Yeah. I think he I think was it Jordan Hill from Cincinnati, the outside linebacker or whatever. That's the one we got from Cincinnati.
Yep.
I think he had a big. And to me, of all the players we got some studs. I think he's not getting his flowers near enough. That dude is. I mean, I'm old enough to see. I remember when Derek Thomas. I'm not saying he's Derek Thomas. Don't get me wrong. But I mean, his first step and the way he explodes to the ball and what he does, it reminds me of Derek Thomas when he was a freshman. Even all the stuff you read about him out of Miami.
Yeah.
Where he came. And I'm like, man, because I've even heard other people go, man, my age, I'm in my late 50s. Like, man, he's kind of like, we're not saying he's Derek Thomas, but I mean, he's that fast.
Yeah.
He's that quick. He's going to be. I think he is going to be one of the best of this class. He might end up by the time it's all said and done with these guys. When we watch him, he might be the best defensive player we got on as far as this class.
Who is that you saying?
Was it Jordan Hill, the kid from Cincinnati?
Justin Hill.
Go Ohio State. Huh?
Justin Hill.
Justin Hill.
Yeah.
I mean, watch his. Yeah, everybody needs to watch his video a little bit more.
Believe me.
Dude is explosive.
Believe me, I promise you, I was so high on Daryl Johnson. Daryl Johnson to me was the one before I turned on Justin's film, and I mean neck and neck. But it's just like you said, and Duke could tell you, Justin is probably the most explosive, the quickest. He has the quickest first step you're going to see right now in high school football. And I mean, and I see a lot of linebackers. This class is, I mean, the edge rusher is an attractive position right now because you got guys who could play tight end, who could play running back, who could play inside linebacker. Now they're getting asked to go to the edge and just beat these tackles, use their speed, use their strength. Yep. They get that in between size and they're able to pack on maybe 10 or 15 more pounds of muscle. But they generate power like a big 6'3", 6'4", 260 defensive end, 250 defensive end. That's what college football is coming with these hybrid linebackers. And Justin Hill is like the perfect markup or the perfect draw up of what you want as far as size, frame. I mean, going into the senior year, 6'2.5", 6'3", 225.
Yep. He is very good. I mean, he's very good. I know he's a 4-star. I hope he ends up being a 5-star, but like, I can't believe he's a 4-star. I mean, that guy, I've watched all this film, all these guys everywhere. I'm like, I don't see many people better than him. I just don't.
And you know what? I like when we have those type of players locked in to Bama. Because we got one in this class right now that's on campus right now, and that's QB Reese. And I feel like QB Reese is going to have a silent development year, but spring with Campbell and Lawson leaving, and Jefferson probably going to hit the portal, or not hit the portal, but hit the draft too and take his chances. I think Jefferson might get a solid 4th, 5th round grade, 3rd round at best, with the type of rotational spots he's going to be able to play. But Jefferson just needs to get on the roster.
He's got to get on the field.
A lot of tread on the tires. When he gets on the field, they're going to see why, But
he's fast.
Fast. And just wait. Not just fast. That young man is going to hit. He's not as big as Ruben, not as big as Rolando, but he attacks the gaps. He attacks the run game the same and brings the same type pop. But like I said, the one linebacker on campus right now, freshman, that I feel like is going to have a crazy silent development year is QB Reese. Him, Noah Carter, Jay-Sean Ross.
Son of an Auburn player.
Man, that's what I'm saying, bro. And that's the funny thing about it. I love it, man. I love it.
I do too. I love it. He didn't want to go. Well, Auburn, he's not very. Was he 5'11", maybe 6 foot?
6 foot, 6'1".
Yeah. I mean, he's a tackling machine. You can do it in 6A and 7A. You can do it. You can do it
in the SEC.
Oh yeah. He wasn't playing. He wasn't going against chopped liver.
Nah.
And he was a tackling machine, and he was going against great competition. So yeah, you're right. He might be you don't have to be big anymore. Middle linebacker, you better be able to cover.
That's it, man. And that's why having Luke Metz and Abdul Sanders and what's the other kid's name we got on it? Jaden Harmon and Daryl Johnson. I mean, we got so many linebackers in this 25 class. But I'm looking at this 24 class. I'm looking at, like I said, QB Reese, Noah Carter, Justin O, Caden Jones, Jay-Sean Ross. Jesus Christ, Quay Rusar's out there on the edge, can get out and cover for you. I mean, just deceptive athleticism everywhere. Keanu Coat is out there. Yanzi Pierre with his long.
I think Coat.
Sterling Dixon.
I think Coat is going to be. He's going to be a superstar.
You remember how Terrell Lewis started coming on the scene?
Yeah, he's been hurt for the last 2 years, right? And I think when the staff got there, they didn't even know who he was. And it's like, man, I've been reading. I've heard people like, who is this guy?
Yeah,
he was a 5-star. But like, who is this guy right here? Because he's been hurt. He ain't got any game film hardly, nothing much.
You remember? Do you remember when? You remember when Terrell Lewis finally started to? He finally got on the field. He had a lot of early signs as a freshman. Got hurt. The next year. Then I think it was the 3rd year. Terrell Lewis gets out there, and they're like, "Man, who is this freak of nature?" And he gets hurt in that early season. If Keanu Coat,
Florida State, he got hurt at Florida State.
Yeah, if Coat can avoid injuries this year, I'm with you. I feel like Terrell Lewis got cheated out of a career. Him and I want to say Ben Davis got behind the power curve because of his injury too. He started pressing too much. Didn't his confidence got hurt with the injuries and all of that, pushed him way too far behind. And the talent don't slow down at Alabama. They don't slow down recruiting talent.
Oh yeah, I mean, you could be third team, man, and you can still stay all your years and finally get to play. All it takes is 1 year, and you get some good film. You can still get drafted.
Exactly. We've seen it. We've seen it with guys. We've seen Quentin Williams play 1 year as a full-time starter. Starter.
Especially as another guy, Quentin Williams. He was a freshman. Every time he got in the game, that's when our defense started slacking a little bit. Since 2017, I think I was watching some other day. Since 2017, I don't even think we've been in the top 15 as far as defense goes. And when Quentin Williams, remember that he would get on the field, be a sack, tackle for loss.
Yep.
Then he'd be out. He might play 5 or 6. I'm like, well, I don't, man. I'm like, man, this kid, every time because I watched the game and I rewatch it 10 times. And I'm like, dude, like, why is this guy not playing? He finally let him play.
Right.
Started to dominate. First round pick. I was like, come on, I don't get it.
Yep. And that's what I'm excited about, man. We got just so much talent. I'm looking at the chat. I want to chat right now as we let Greg get ready to close out his phone call. I want y'all to run up some names, and we're going to take like a 3-minute intermission after this phone call, and then we're going to get back to the phone lines with another topic of conversation, which is going to be I want to talk players. We want to talk specific players coming back from our break, y'all. And think about it. I want run up names in the chat. Who are you excited about? It don't have to be a breakout. It could be a player development. Who are you excited to see on the sideline? Who are you excited to see them? Do they get an opportunity somewhere? Let's talk about it. Greg, you got anything you want to say to the people before I let you off the line, brother?
Just enjoyed the call-in segment. I like it. I know you can't do it all the time. When you do it, I love listening to everybody.
Yeah.
Love the comments. You know, everybody got a lot of intelligent family members. I love getting to talk to you. And I've been kind of nice tonight. I've been kind of, you know.
Yeah. I mean, ain't no reason to be too hostile tonight. You usually get yours out.
Dealer. He's still my dealer, though. He's still my dealer. Even I've already got a hit this morning. Now I'm getting one tonight. So that's why.
Ooh,
total addiction is where it's at. I'm gonna have to go to a Drug Anonymous. Football content.
We got AAA already. Content. Look, we got AAA already.
Yeah, we already got AAA, right?
Oh,
content
man.
Anonymous.
Yeah,
content
man.
Anonymous.
Alabama Addicts Anonymous. That's where we at. Yeah. Alabama Addicts Anonymous.
Rose-colored glasses. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, man.
12-0 till they prove me wrong is all I got to say.
Right there, bro. Right there, brother. I feel you, man. Well, I appreciate you, Greg, as always, man. Always bringing the good vibes, a good conversation, man. You call back anytime, brother. And check this out,
sir,
man.
You know I will.
We won't.
Eventually I got to go back to work, so
listen.
I won't get to call in all the time, but I'll try to when I can.
So what's going to be cool is once we get in the season, the morning show is going to be more so just reactive reporting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because if you do it in the morning, that'll be probably during practice.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it later in the afternoon or at night, maybe at 7, 8, whatever.
Yeah.
Best for you. That way you'll have the practices done. They've had interviews.
Yep.
We'll have a lot of info out there, so maybe that'll work out.
Right. I'm right there. Listen, you all up in my master plan, but yeah, appreciate you, my boy. Appreciate you for real.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. Roll Tide, Greg.
Everything. Yes, sir. Roll Tide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all, listen up. We're going to take a quick intermission. I'm going to run our commercials. It's about 3.5 minutes of commercials. I'm going to refill my juice, and I'm also going to bring up another topic. We already kind of introduced it. We're talking about players in particular. So when the phone line is open back up and you call in, just know that's what we're talking about. We're talking about the players that we're looking forward to. I mean, just following players. I want to put together a list and see if we can somehow track down these players during our coverage this season and kind of see if we can follow them, get good narratives or get strong narratives that we can follow for the mode of this team, what this team is developing into throughout the season. As the weeks continue to go by, I want this. And y'all, we keep this up, man. Our autographed football that we're giving away at the Georgia game is going to be full. So y'all keep doing what y'all doing, and we'll be right back, man. Give me a second. I'm going to run this commercial, and then we'll be back after this brief intermission. Y'all check it out. And this is for all my AAA members. So this is how you become a member. And then you'll see the one thanking you for becoming a member. And then y'all know what else we got, the announcement for the merch. Here you go. Glad you chose to stop by the channel today. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to really become a part of this community here at the Coach Smook Network. We like to call ourselves the AAA family. The AAA stands for authenticity above all. We just want to give you an opportunity to become a part of this community because we're growing and we're doing something special here as a fan base, not just for Alabama, but the fan community as a whole. We're creating an environment where it's safe to be yourself, be authentic, and meet people who share the same passion you share, whether it's for the same team or not. You can do this by becoming a member of the AAA family and earning your birth certificate, as we like to call it. You simply start by just clicking the link provided to you by one of the moderators in the chat, or it'll be pinned to the top of the chat. Click that link. It'll bring you to my homepage. When you get to my homepage, make sure you hit the notification button and turn on all notifications. Understand that there are multiple ways to support the channel, and each level has its perks. You can go through and read each perk. As we continue to grow, new perks will be added to each level. One thing we would like to highlight that all AAA members are greatly appreciated. It does not go unnoticed that you have taken time and hard-earned money to support this channel. Once you join, YouTube is going to ask for some payment information, and make sure you monitor your subscription dates. Also, if you really want to get interactive with the community and find out what's going on, think about joining our Discord family. This is where you can get into all the fan talk of the community, and also there are networking opportunities. Please be mindful that there are rules and that we expect everyone to treat everyone with respect. Also, if you're looking to partner with Coach Smook Network or sponsor, please hit us up at coachsmooknetwork@gmail.com, and our staff will get back to you in a timely manner. I'm your boy, Coach Smook of the Coach Smook Network, and I thank you for supporting this channel. Did somebody say, put me in the game? The time has finally come. Here at the Coach Smook Network, we are officially launching our first merchandise line. We will have a lineup of t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies available, with more items to come in the future. The way you can find these items is by simply going to the YouTube page, clicking on the links, and you will see the Coach Smook Network merchandise link below. Or during our live stream, type in the chat !merch, and you will see the link come up. And from that website, you can purchase all the variety of merchandise that we have available. So between now and August 31st, you will have a chance to receive a 15% discount on all merchandise available. Don't wait too long. Don't wait until it gets close to the end. Coach Smook Network is growing fast, and I'm glad to be a part of what we're building here. Thank you for your support, and go get your merch, man. Yeah, I'm excited, y'all. I wish I could have a smoother transition with that coming out of commercial, but we're gonna work it. I'm ready to get back on OBS. I don't know if y'all streamers, people that work with streaming content and stuff. I'm ready to get back on OBS. I'm just having full control of the stream, but you ain't complaining. We happy. Listen, I asked y'all to do something, right? I asked y'all to run up some names that we're excited. Who are we looking for? Who's on the radar? That's what we're gonna call it. Who's on the radar? Who's on the radar? Right? I'm gonna scroll up. Let me see. I see a couple names. Let me see. I think I seen Antoine said Jefferson will be a better in the NFL than college for sure. Oh yeah. I mean, you got to think he came from JUCO. He had to take the JUCO route. Came in under a system where they were under a new defensive coordinator. Kevin still didn't really think he was the fit for his style of linebacker, and he showed himself valuable with opportunities, a valuable asset. I think he could have played in this system, especially the way Trez Marshall played last year. And I think Jefferson, Campbell, and Lawson would have been a solid rotation for us last year. That's me personally. Noah Carter is a name that everybody's excited to see. Y'all freshmen, I think Noah Carter is focusing on just getting his body all the way right, because it's not the skills that he's going to need, much coaching on. He's going to learn those things fast. I've got to speak with his family, see some of his growth highlights and stuff over the years. Having the skills is not, and learning the technical stuff is not going to be hard for him. It's about getting that body right to play the position that Alabama wants him to play. Shout out to the Mimi S. She's in the chat. Said Quay Rusar. Yes, sir. I'm ready to see that, man. He about to go crazy. Kobe Prentice. We in that wide receiver room. I get excited. Red Morgan, Keanu Cole are two I'm excited for on the defense. Moon Rocker. It's crazy because Red Morgan is really turning heads. He turned heads in spring, but I don't know why people think because transfers are coming in that Red Morgan is going to get pushed to the side. I don't think so. That type of physicality in the secondary, people are going to try to run on this 3-4 nickel, this 4-2-5 defense that we're not switching to, but starting to kind of scheme into, running different scheme out of. Red Morgan is the type of guy you want blitzing off of that Husky, that rover position, that extra safety in the box. You want a Red Morgan there. But it's good to have a Deshaun Jones type or King Mack type sitting right there Devontae Smith. I'm excited. Mbakwe, Pierre, Jam. And I think you talking about Yanzi Pierre? Yanzi Pierre, I think he's one more year away from being like a premier guy. And it's just because of how much talent is in that room. I think he'll play a lot of rotational reps this year. He'll be put in a position like Q-Rob was last year, where he will be probably the third or fourth guy in the edge rush rotation. But when you see blitz packages, if we somehow come up with some type of cheetah or raptor package, right, where you got one true defensive lineman and 5 linebackers around him, I think that's a personnel grouping that you see the likes of a Yanzi Pierre, Keanu Cole, all those guys out on the same field at the same time. Q-Rob, like just pass rush specialists out there. I think that's when you see Jeremiah Alexander in the middle. That's gonna be crazy. Deontay Lawson, Jaden Roberts. Okay, I like that. Jaden Roberts, man. I'm not gonna say I'm not excited to see him. I just know he's about to play with some vengeance this year. He was one of the young men that just have been committed throughout his whole time at Bama, that lost last year and left a bad taste in his mouth. And we actually should be able to have some interaction with Jaden Roberts here soon in the coming weeks, y'all. And he's going to share that part of his story. Richard Young and James Smith, I'm right there with you, man. 2 names that a lot of people aren't paying attention to. James Smith on the defensive side at D-line. I think this year he's going to show how disruptive he is. Being at number 23, that's going to be cool seeing him in number 23. I can't wait to see that. Quay Roussard, number 4. Richard Young, I feel like he is very overlooked, which is going to play in his favor. And don't be surprised if Richard Young can put together a solid year. And I'm talking about like a good 600-yard, 700-yard rushing year off of limited attempts, because he's going to be the change of speed, break the game open back because of what's in front of him that's going to be leading off with Jam and Justice. Parker Brailsford, I'm excited to see good snaps. Can we get an amen? I'm excited to see good snaps. Mbakwe. Let me see who else better than Double A. Y'all trip. Justice, Jam, and Richard Young. I'm looking at that running back room. I'm like salivating. I'm excited. We got the deepest running back room in the league right now. Georgia's a close second. Georgia's 1B. I give Georgia 1B. But also, well, no, Georgia's hurting now. They lost ETN. ETN was a huge part of that. Who else? Ole Miss, they still got Bentley. They didn't really. I mean, losing Judkins was tough, but they had a running back by committee last year and was a solid run team. Who else, y'all? LSU, they not really working with nothing in the running back room. Auburn, mid. So I look at Alabama, Texas. Maybe Texas Texas, Baxter. They got Baxter and the other kid. I think Blue is behind Baxter. Texas got a solid running back room too. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what our running back room does. I think we got one of the deeper running back rooms. I really do. I see everybody. Oh yeah, he said amen for Breastford. Yeah. What's up, Fanatic? We didn't. Y'all didn't lose Etienne. Oh, he got off. Is he back? Let me see. I know you cover him. Hey, y'all! Shout out to Fanatic Sports, man. I'm supposed to be linking up with him. We're gonna have a Georgia Bama day, especially when that week come up for the tailgate. I'm trying to get some of these Georgia content creators to collab, man. Myself, Kangaroo Black, we standing on business right now, holding it down. His DUI was dismissed just to speeding. Okay, I don't follow the news reports like that. If I know something, it's because of Georgia. I got Georgia friends, they tell me. I just follow rosters, and I saw last thing that he was having disciplinary issues or whatever, that he would be serving whatever. But that's what I was looking at. But I look at the running back room. I still think Alabama has the number one. It's 1A. Georgia would be with ATN would be 1B, and that's like and I'm saying that only because I feel like he was very overused at Florida. I don't think Georgia's going to have the same game plan for him. And how well does he step into that role, right? Georgia's going to be running back by committee. Does he embrace that and understand the value that could put for him, or does he, get mad that he's not the primary guy? And I think y'all still got the young man, Brunson, right? I forget the young man's name, the other running back that got injured, young guy. I like his game too. So y'all got a solid room. How well will he mesh? Will he gel? right? So we're going back to the phone lines, and y'all, I need y'all to understand, everybody that's in the chat, the phone line is for everybody, not just Bama fans. If you're a Georgia fan, call in, bro. If you're an Auburn fan, call in. Talk about your school. We got who's on your radar for your school. Give me the rundown for what I should be looking out for your trash school or your. I can't say trash. I automatically start thinking about Auburn fans because they like to write me after the show and be like, man, you said this and this. Why you ain't call in then? Call in and say it. So phone line is open 334-625-1121. Again, 334-625-1121. Go ahead and call in. We got our first call in, and I know who this is.
Call from
Piano Man, put me in the game, coach.
Piano Man, what's good, man? You know what time it is. Go ahead and let the people know what's good. My brother Roll Tide, and then you already know it's right.
Roll Tide, roll tide, roll tide. I can't sing like that, but if I could, I would just say, you know the night time. Anyway, I ain't going to finish it. You know, what's going on, coach?
Hey, turn your TV down in the back a little bit, Piano Man. Look, I know you back home now because I can hear the TV in the background.
No, that's actually my tablet with me and you talking.
Oh, see, okay. I was about to say because I missed. I enjoyed you having your time on the West Coast with your grandbaby. You know, congratulations on the grandbaby. But I miss you being at home because when you at home, you on a different type of disrespect towards these other fan bases. You're on a different type of disrespect.
Man, let me tell you something. Right about now, I if I see an Auburn fan, I ain't no telling what might happen. Y'all, the AAA fan base family might have to come get me out of prison, jail, or something. So, you know, cause I told one of them today. I put a meme up there, and I said, Fred Sanford and the rest of the Bama fan base. This is what we think about Barney and the rest of his fans. Jump, jump, jump. That's what we think of y'all. Jump.
Hey.
Every time I look at look at him. Every time I look at an Auburn fan, I see a junkyard. That's what I see. A junkyard.
Man, you know what, Piano Man, and before I get into my little response, shout out to Bino, man. I don't know if I said it 100%, bro. $10 super chat for my brother Bino. Said we on the edge of a new era of greatness with Coach DeBoer and staff. Let's get it, AAA family. 100%, man. Appreciate you for the $10 super chat. But Piano Man, this Auburn,
yes, sir.
This Auburn fan base, man, it's been kind of quiet today. You know, I guess they got enough responses from the Bama fans that really understand what this recruiting thing really means with these flips and stuff. We know what we have under our belt, what our targets are looking like. But I got a chance to kind of digest everything that was happening amongst the fan base of Alabama, Auburn, Tennessee, Alabama, Tennessee. And it's been a lot of back and forth, man. What's your response? I'm curious. What's your response, bro?
I'm going to sum it up real quick for you there, Smook, so we can talk about the Tide right quick.
Yeah.
You might not can teach an old dog a new trick, but you can't teach a dumb dog nothing.
Nothing.
You can't teach them nothing. I mean, they just dumb. Dumb.
Oh, Lord.
How the Sam Hill you gonna just go crazy over somebody that's been dumped you twice? You got to be kidding me. You think I would go back with a girl? Look him. You really think I'd go back with a girl that she dumped me twice? Twice.
Not once.
That's dumb.
Not once, Piano Man. And we ain't talking about like y'all wasn't even in a committed relationship. We talking about like this is high school, and you already seen she done went off to college and had her fun her freshman year. Now she just bored with you. Man,
that girl poison. That dude, everybody that's been flipped and flopped and this, that, they poison. Bama need to leave them the hell alone. Excuse me. They need to leave them alone. Leave them alone.
I feel you. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave them alone. I had a little interaction with AC on Twitter today. He was talking about, he retweeted some crap that an Auburn fan reposted or some, and I said, pay him. And I had Charlie Murphy laughing in that Dave Chappelle episode. I used that. Shout out to my boy Jerome from B-Ham. I mean, he be killing all the fans with that meme. They get so mad, especially the Georgia fans. But I replied with that, pay him, and I just found it funny. But that's in the past. We're looking forward to fall camp kickoff, man. Give me your rundown, man. What plays you looking forward to? What your biggest questions, your biggest concerns? Give me the rundown, man. Let's talk about it.
Here we go. Now, I try to, y'all make me study, bro. On offense, I'm still hung up on Kendrick Law.
Yeah.
On offense, I think he's going to be he's going to be that guy that's going to kind of emerge because you got a lot of light shining around Milroe and some of the other cats. But Kendrick Law is going to be that guy. Yeah, thank you, Coach. That's what I need. I need that depth chart back up there. He's going to be that guy. He's going to be that guy that nobody's looking for. But then behind that, because we already know we got Jeremy Bernard. We got that.
Right.
But that doggone Ryan Williams and Caleb Olden. Yeah. You looking at the future right there.
Right.
See, and let me tell you something. One more thing about them dumb Barney fans. See, what they really mad about is their brother Ryan Williams. Is because, see, when Coach Saban left, they really thought they were going to get him, right? Wrong. All he was doing was seeing exactly who we were going to get.
Yep.
See, sometimes all you need is a little common sense, but they don't grow it. And that's a flower that don't grow in everybody's garden, so I understand that. But here we go. But Ryan Williams waited to see who we got. We got Coach Caden DeBoer. He is wide receiver friendly. It was a no-brainer to come back. And it's going to be a no-brainer when we get other receivers. The receiving room is deep now.
Yep.
Let's just call it for what it is. It's deep now. So if these guys stay, and everything, like Kobe and Kendrick, if they stay another year, we could, good. But if they don't, we know what to do. We got some more. But on defense, Coach, I'm looking at LT Overton. He, for some odd reason, he's come up on my radar screen. I'm looking for him over Latham. Jamarian Latham. I'm looking for him to. It's time for him to come through. It's time, However, Budden, on the other hand, Latham is going to be good too. So when I look at how our depth chart is assembled there, I would be scared if I were other teams because these guys can truly ball out. But you said it earlier, Coach Smook, people got Sabanized. Right. They think Coach Saban was saving, not realizing how much of an effect that he poured into these guys. These guys stayed. So I guess what he poured into them retired when he retired.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's crazy, right? Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy. It is crazy. So when I sit back and I look at that, and like I wrote down here, like in that wolf position, we got Quindarius Robinson, and then you got Coach. Man, that's deep. That's depth that you got talking. See, so if someone should get hurt, Coach, I think we're deep enough to put the next man in without it losing effectiveness. Yeah, that's the only thing that I worry about.
And that's what I want people to realize. Like, this is not a roster where if you drop a guy this year, because it's a new system, right? On both sides of the ball. Football is football, but when you bring in systems, like, you're not just letting guys like Saban. He didn't have a system where it allowed you to play as free as you want to, and as an athlete, right? This defensive scheme allows you to play a little bit more free, a lot more relaxed. It keeps everything in front of you. You get a lot of your reactive skills of what's put on display in the secondary for this defense on the second level. And up front, it's a lot more fun because you're not 90% of your snaps are not containing double gaps. You're going and causing ruckus. You're attacking gaps, and it's so simplified because you've been doing that your whole life as a football player. And that's what some of these guys pride themselves on. But you said it with this linebacker group, man. I don't pay as much attention to this depth chart because there are some guys you're going to see floating around. There's some guys you're going to see floating around. Like me right now, I know for a fact I saw Jeremiah Alexander walk down to the edge a couple times. Him and Colt both lined up as edges in certain situations, certain packages. Then it was times where when we saw second team on or third team on, where you saw Dixon, Sterling Dixon and Justin O side by side, but then the next snap you would see Caden Jones come in and you would see Justin O shift down to the edge, and there would, you know what I'm saying, like it was a lot of moving around with these linebackers. So the athleticism in that linebacker room, I don't think you have any drop off with your first 3 or 4 guys. Q-Rob, Keanu Cote, Quay Rusar. I mean, even the big guys that could play wolf. LT Overton can go over there and be a big wolf for you. Keon Keeley can go over there and be a big wolf for you. You get what I'm saying? You got a lot of talent in the defensive line and outside linebacker room. I just think this year the key thing is finding the depth and effectively using it.
Yes, and Coach, I want to throw one more thing in there, what you were just saying, and I've never heard anybody bring this up. If you have, that we all on the same page, and here it is. When you see all of this bringing to the edge, it automatically is going to make the quarterback have to think. But you're going to have to think quick, because the one thing about it, you bring them to the edge, or it doesn't matter. What it does, it gives that position a different look. And now the O-line, they're going to have come up with a different blocking scheme. So you don't know which way the pressure is going to really come from. It can come from the edge, or it can even come straight up the middle. It doesn't matter. All those, like you said a few weeks ago, those moving pieces is what's going to be the key. Those moving pieces. And when you start moving those guys around, now which leads me to this, because Zach said something a few weeks ago, and this is really key. If you notice, a lot of these guys on the line have gotten thinner, which leads me to what you just said about being able to play free. You cannot play free and you're too heavy.
Yeah,
the game is Coach DeBoer, Womack, and all of them. They are playing a fast game on both sides of the ball. So I'm gonna say this, which leads me, I know it sounds like I'm all over the place, but let's go back to offense for a minute.
Hey, hold on. Before you even go on, this is the night for that. This is the night for our rants. We are a few hours away from fall kickoff. Rant.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
And so here we go. You just might come into a game where the defense plays so lights out that Milroe and them might not even have to throw the ball that far for a touchdown or for a first down or whatever that be, because the defense might put them in a position and have to play a short field. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Because I think our defense is going to be lights out like that, because it's going to be all those moving pieces. So I said all that to say this. Man, I don't think we have, matter of fact, I know we don't have anything to worry about. Only thing I worry about is the mental capacity of the other team when we get through tagging that head. Will they be able to cope the next week? Because I don't want them to get out there like when Georgia get ready to play us and we tag that head real good. I don't want them to go over into that next game with an Alabama hangover. I don't want that. I want to see you do the best you can and everything. But just know you just been in a game. That's how much confidence I got in Alabama, Smook. So, man, we're on the, like Bino said, we are on the verge of a new era of greatness. Man, Bama fans, AAA fans, all I got to say is it's going to be a fun ride. Let's catch on. And Coach Smook, man, listen. I'm going back to that merch thing, like we said this morning. Buy the merch, folks. Buy the merch. That's all I got to say is buy the merch. So let's get with it. Let's get it.
Look, Piano Man, before you go, you got to give us one more thing, man. One more thing. That one player. I know you said Kendrick Law at the beginning, but give me that player, man. That for real. And like I said, for me, it was Caden Proctor for me. Like that's the one I'm prepared to put my foot in my mouth for that one. Because I gave him a hard time, but if we can get Caden Proctor to lock in at that left tackle position, if we can get it, I mean, really, and it works. I mean, not just because I know he probably the most experienced, battle tested, right? It's more so the fact that I feel like he fits the mold of what this offensive line needs to look like moving forward. For a guy like Ty Haywood, that's going to be probably the next left tackle in this for this offensive line going forward in the DeBoer era. You know what I'm saying? Like, can a guy like Caden Proctor set the tone for a guy like Ty Haywood, who's probably going to have to come in and sit just 1 year behind a guy like Caden Proctor? You know, so
right.
It's going to be interesting to see how all of this develops with Proctor. Who's a player that you look forward to that like you just want to see what happens and how the development comes about, because it's either not enough talk or too much talk about him?
Well, you called his name earlier. I've been saying it. I got to go with the hook. I got to go with Jaden Roberts.
Yes, sir.
Because I got to go with him. I stuck with him because even going back and watching some old film, let me tell you, he came off the bench and wrecked Georgia. He wrecked them. They were no match for him. By him starting, and then I believe he's a little hungrier and has slimmed down where he can play, as you say, play free on that O-line. Jaden Roberts, that's he gonna be that dude. He gonna be that dude.
The more the closer we get to the season, Piano Man, the more excited I start getting about the offensive line, because I'm looking at guys and the physical commitments that they've made in that offensive line. It's a picture that was shared with all the offensive line. They had just got done doing some work with Coach T. Swift. Y'all should check him out. Defensive line guru, offensive line guru. He gets the guys working. I mean, he's been to multiple universities this offseason and just done on-site training with guys at their facility. So, but you look at how much weight, like you said, Jaden Roberts, Tyler Booker, Caden Proctor, those guys lost a lot of weight. But then you see guys also beef up. Wilkin Formby beefed up. Parker Brailsford, I don't know why they have him listed at 275 on the roster. He's looking more like a SEC lineman these days, and it looks good. Honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I almost got him and Caden Proctor mixed up. But that 6'7", for real, that 6'7" height is what separates Caden Proctor from everybody else. When you look at him and Jaden Roberts, he ain't as tall, but he's just a big old dude. So you got all these big boys on that offensive line, but then behind them, man, you got Olis Alanine, 6'5", 6'6", 315. You got Casey Poe, 6'5". You got Rock Montgomery, 6'3", 6'4". He down to 331 after coming in at 360. You know, like, I mean, all of these guys are the offensive line, and their commitment to be physically set this season tells me a lot about what's going to happen this year. And they didn't have to eat a lot of pancakes and biscuits and stuff to do it this year. They doing healthy stuff to I mean, come on, man. It just looks like a great upside for this whole team. But I'm excited about this offensive line, bro.
And Coach, let me say one more thing concerning that. There's one more shout out I got to do.
Go ahead.
One more. Courtney Morgan. Courtney Morgan. I got to do one shot. I got to give that brother a shout out. Courtney Morgan. Now, why do I do it? I was listening to another football, another radio show, and this dude just said what Courtney Morgan does doesn't count. And the guy asked him and said, well, who do you think assembled Michigan's team? And he said, who was it? He said,
Courtney Morgan.
We have the guy who committed, Courtney Morgan. I have to shout out Courtney Morgan because if you sit back and watch how he assembled this thing, he assembled a championship team. He didn't just assemble a team or pull guys in just to compete. No, he pulled guys in to win. So I end with this. Winning ain't for everybody. Winning is for folks who expect to win.
Yes, sir.
And that's us.
Yeah.
We're Bama. We don't just compete. We expect to win.
Right.
So, Coach Smook, I'm gone, brother.
Yes,
Roll
sir.
Tide. Everybody
Tide.
get that merch. Hit the like button. It's time. All talk is over. So hopefully, when Coach Smook get back on, he gonna have some reports for us. And Coach, maybe what we could do is how you're doing this tonight, and you're putting assembling a person here and a player here.
Mm-hmm.
What we ought to do is watch a game real close, and let's look for matchups. Look for cohesiveness to see if we put a whole defensive unit together of mixing and matching, which one would beat this one.
Yeah.
A whole squad. I know what I'm trying to say. It's coming out right. But
I get what you're
saying.
Kind of like fantasy lineup and see and speculate how it could. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. I'm right there with you, Piano Man. For real, bro.
So Alabama guys, we got our own fantasy team. We don't have to step out and get nobody. We got our own.
Facts, man.
So it is what it is. So brother, man, y'all be good. And the Lord willing, creek don't rise. Man, I'm waiting to see what you got to say after Bama's first practice. Roll Tide, brother.
Man, appreciate it, Piano Man, and Roll Tide to you, brother. Much love, brother. Yes, sir. Listen. Fall call segment. We open for another 20 minutes, y'all. We open for another 20 minutes. Hey, but we're switching to the fourth quarter calling segment. So the next calls, you got 5 minutes. I got my timer today. Y'all not gonna get me today. Trina did good today, keeping me on time, y'all. So these next 20 minutes, we got the fourth quarter calling segment. Y'all call in, share your thoughts, man. We got kickoff for fall camp tomorrow, and I'm not staying up late night because I'm trying to get up early. I got, like I said, that news today that we got the media access. That was huge, y'all. That was huge, and practice schedule and everything. God is really blessing. But now we got the fourth quarter calling segment. So this is the segment where you call in. All you do is, like you already do, call in. This is James. Put me in the game, coach. And I'm gonna bring you on the line, and I'm gonna say your name, and I'm gonna say you're in the game, and you just go. You go. You can ask me a question. I respond, but the floor is yours. Don't wait for me to prompt you to do nothing. You call in. If you got something to say to Bama fans, say it. If you got something to say to Auburn fans or Tennessee fans, say it. He was throwing dogs around like 5 years. Thanks, man. It was crazy because Jaden Robbins is so strong. So I don't know if y'all remember my interaction with Jaden Robbins. Yo, B. Sully, call in, man. If you call in right now, I owe you, man. If you call in, you don't got a fourth quarter segment. You get to take up the last 20 minutes. I owe you, man. Got to put me on game on how to take the call-ins with the phone number. Bro, I got you, dog. I got you. Check me out. How about you call in and represent that Georgia squad though right now though? How about that? I want to hear you talk. I want to hear you talk. I want to hear what you got to say because we done spoke on your squad a few times. And I know it's been bothering you. I know it bothers you. It bothers me when Georgia fans talk about my tie. It bothers me to my core because I feel like Georgia fans don't really understand, like, y'all got an experienced team, but man, look what happened last time Saban was in position like this. Kirby ain't making that many changes to that defense. And there's some new offensive systems that are becoming experienced now. And they're going to be able to match talent for talent like Alabama started getting exposed a lot the past few years. We just refuse to evolve. Kirby's system isn't evolving. The secondary suffers tremendously from having a great front early on in the season in that style of defense. Guys that can gap contain and still be effective in suppressing the run game. That's what Georgia's been able to do at a high level. And y'all haven't had teams that's tested y'all in the secondary. Y'all see what happened when you get against teams like that. Same thing happened with us. Tennessee did it to us. Missouri did it to y'all. But actually, Missouri actually took the ground game and put it to y'all. And that's what helped their pass game be effective. So to think that you guys are going to, for a lot of the Georgia fan base, to think that they're going to walk into Tuscaloosa. Now, if we was playing in Athens, that's one thing. But y'all coming to T-Town. In the first season, Kalen DeBoer at the University of Alabama, this man is coaching with a chip on his shoulder because last season he was a game away. He was a half away from being a national champion at the University of Washington. 334-625-1121. Call-in segment. 334-625-1121. Y'all go ahead. Call in. Fourth quarter call-in segment. And I just play it by ear. We ain't gonna put no time limit on it. We'll just play it by ear. We got about 40 more minutes left on the air. 334-625-1121. Call in, say your name, and put me in the game, coach. And I'll have you on. And we'll talk. We'll dialogue. I'm gonna give you your time to talk, though, especially if it's an opposing fan. I can't wait to have a different fan call in, y'all. Please let this be. Does it look like a Georgia number? It ain't.
Call from
Coach Fanatic.
Okay.
to accept, press 1.
Yo, coach, you in the game. Fanatic Sports in the chat is on the line. How you feeling tonight, my brother?
Hey, good to hear from you, man. Good to talk to you, dog. Finally.
Look,
you know what I'm
finally,
link up.
Finally, it's time to do it, man. You know the season about to kick off, so a lot of collab opportunities about to be out there for us to take advantage of. And I already been talking about you pumping your content and stuff, man. So I'm interested.
Man. I appreciate that,
man. Always, man. It's too many eyes out here to be seen by, and I ain't fighting to take all of them. I promise you.
Facts. So we trying to tell people it's too many eyeballs, too many views to go around, right?
Too many, man. And I can't tell you how many times I go to bed. I don't even watch cable no more. I watch YouTube every day.
Right. No, I watch YouTube more than I do YouTube, right?
Right. So I definitely support content creators, man. So I just want to give you your flowers before we jump into this serious conversation, because I know you represent the Georgia fan base. I know that's your squad, man. Just take the floor, man. This conversation can go whichever way you want it to go.
Yeah, nah, man. Well, I wanted to call in and show some love, man. I'll be watching you, man, when I'm not on doing my thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a Georgia dog, Georgia alum. I'm a late 90s dog, man. I was in school when Kirby was there. So,
okay.
We do a show with some of the players that played with him on Tuesdays, but on my channel, we talk all football. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when I'm out and about now, I repping the G.
Mm-hmm.
On the channel, we talking all college football. I mean, I just love talking ball. To be honest, man. It's dope, man. I like to call in and say, man, man, you got to put me on. I know how to give the people the link, but I need the game. I need the game on the phone number.
I know that's right. Listen, man, it's all about equipment, man. It's set up whatever you want to, however you want to operate it, man. And we'll talk about it. But give me some perspective, man. I just I want to hear a little bit about Georgia, what you expecting from your Bulldogs, and then from the outside looking in at Bama. What gives you? And I'm not saying you. What do you think? Just talk to me.
So Georgia, well, I mean, everybody see it. We got 3 road tests. That's what the season gonna be made or broke. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
We got to go to Bama. We got to go to Ole Miss. And everybody know Ole Miss play better at home than they do on the road. I try to tell people, yeah, we put that thing to them in Athens, but the Ole Miss don't play good on the road most of the time. So it's a different story when you go to the, Oxford. And, of course, going to Tuscaloosa, I mean, come on, bro. Like, not many people even go to Tuscaloosa and win. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So, I mean, between Athens and Tuscaloosa, let me tell you, the last 4 years, it's been like 2 losses, period. You know what I'm saying? It's like people don't really win. When you playing the elite at their place, bro, you gonna have to have the game of your life. Let's just say that you got to have the game of your life. You can't play the elite at their place and think you're gonna win. So I think it's gonna be a test. My thing is for Georgia, I want to see some disruptors on the defensive line. Like I want to see some Jalen Carter style disruptions, some Jordan Davis and Devontae Wyatt style disruptor. Last year we had a good defensive line, but they wasn't like the disruptors that we used to. But we had a really good secondary, so it kind of balanced out. But I need a good defensive line. That's what I need. I think we got some young guys there. We definitely got the talent, but I always tell people like talent and experience. I want to see it. Like I can go out here and tell you about all the 4 and 5 stars, but until I see it, man, we just talking about potential.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Speculation, pure speculation. That look, the fun thing, the best thing about off season and the worst thing is speculation. Yes. You can say whatever and believe whatever, and high school film and all this stuff, and trajectory and all of this projections, but it's all speculation until we actually see what happens on that field, and that's what makes this college football fandom, especially in the SEC, that makes it so passionate and believe and different because. A lot of times what we say And what we can expect from our teams is how it happens in the SEC. It like you said, like we know, it just means more in the SEC. And it's not just a saying, it really does, man. It really does. You SEC football lasts year round now.
Right. It's different, man. It's different in the SEC. We try to tell people outside the conference that, but they don't believe it till they experience it. Outside looking at Bama, like you talk about the Georgia Bama game right now, I'm gonna get an edge to Bama because, for like you said, we're playing in Tuscaloosa, and they gave us a night game. I don't know who scheduled that, but I'm mad at them right now for giving us a night game in Tuscaloosa.
Brother, a night game in Tuscaloosa with College Game Day with SEC Network. I mean, everybody's going to be there. Everybody's going to be there. And this is Kalen DeBoer we're talking about. This man doesn't he doesn't flinch in big games. He doesn't flinch.
Right. What I'm looking for, though, is like I feel like there was a little bit of mentor, mentee thing going on with Kirby and Nick. I feel like sometimes, sometimes, when you want to beat your mentor, you overthink things and things of that nature. I'm interested to see how he coaches versus Kalen DeBoer because there's no connection there. There's just two great coaches going against each other. So in those type of games, Kirby normally does better. I feel like sometimes we go against Nick, he'd be so he want to beat him so bad, sometimes he make bad decisions or whatever. But I think Georgia, Alabama, along with Texas, that the Ole Miss, that's the top of the SEC.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to the running back room y'all was talking about earlier, I mean, we're talking about on the field what we saw, then Trevor Etienne is better than, just almost everybody except for the guy, like I want to say that Ole Miss or Rocket Sanders, who transferred from Arkansas to South Carolina. Potential, Justice Haynes, we wanted him bad. His dad went to Georgia. He's explosive.
That boy is different. And I'm gonna say it like this because I got to see it at practice during spring ball.
Know Vistaprint for business cards.
Yep.
But did you know?
Hold on. They trying to copyright it, but what's crazy is, bro, like Justice Haynes is different. But there's a Jam Miller, and he tore y'all up. He tore y'all up in the SEC championship. If given more opportunities, that game wouldn't have been near as close if we stuck with our run game. Even Justice came in 4 carries. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, man. But
if we're going off potential now, this is where I come back to. If we're going off potential, Justice last year he averaged 6.7 yards a carry on 24 carries. 25 carries. Everybody loves to talk about Branson Robinson, but he got hurt in fall camp last year. So we'll see if he's up to the billing to come back.
That's
the
his
other
name.
Robinson is the Robinson you got to worry about. He had the same amount of carries as Justice, but he averaged 8.2 carries.
Mm-hmm.
So when we're talking about potential, I think if we're going to say the depth of the running back rooms, I think Trevor Etienne's experience would put us at 1A.
Okay.
That's how I feel about that.
That's a debatable point too, because I look at what Trevor Etienne's production came from. You look at where he played at for that production. Like he was the offense for Florida last year. He was RB2 for Florida. Montreal Johnson was RB1 for Florida. Production wise, he was, but Etienne was the starter. He was the starter. Was he not? He wasn't. Montreal Johnson has been RB1 from day one. Bro, I remember Trevor Etienne. They was using Etienne in the slot. They was putting that man. They use him a lot more ways than they use Montreal. But when you're talking about the starter for the running back, Montreal Johnson is Florida's RB1 and Etienne's RB2 because Florida fans were mad saying, why would you leave to go or be RB2 here to be RB2 plus 4 or 5 more guys in Athens is what the whole point was. And that's crazy. That's crazy for Florida fans to think that Etienne would be leaving to go be RB2 at another school. Right. At Georgia. Kids want to win. At Georgia, though, like you don't go to Georgia to be RB2 if you were the guy at Florida. You get what I'm saying? You pack it up and you go to like a USC or Ohio State. That's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what Quinshawn Judkins, Caleb Odom, and Seth McLaughlin did. They wasn't going to Georgia. Plus, kids get tired of putting it all on the line and they ain't winning, dog. Every practice, you mean I'm coming out here every practice and I'm putting it out here and I can't come on, dog. You know what? They said I could start at Ohio State. We're gonna be on TV just as much as y'all, bet. I go do that, and I'm gonna get a little check too. Oh,
right. Come on, dog. Junkins picked up the bag at
Oh,
Ohio State,
and deservedly, well deserved.
Deservedly so. Well deserved.
If anybody portal wise this year that left the SEC chasing a bag, I congratulate. And I'm not saying that's why he left. He accomplished everything. I think Junkins got his degree already at Ole Miss. He's already graduated. Was a 3-year graduate. But the young man is at Ohio State now in the offense, and he's not going to have to be RB1 because Henderson is back there. He's going to have that tread on his top. Lane rode that boy too much the last 2 years. He rode him too much.
He rode him hard, and then when we stopped them in Athens, they ain't had nothing else. Because people don't understand, like with Tennessee and Ole Miss, if you stop their run game, they actually don't know what else to do. They like, well, because they want to run first.
Yep.
And then they want to spread you out.
Yes,
that's why Tennessee under Heupel ain't been able to do nothing against Georgia because they can't run the ball against us. I mean, Tennessee fans will tell you they had that 75-yard run on the opening play last year, but then after that dude had 30 yards.
Yeah, and I mean, but you see, and that's you know what? That's my that when we get into more of the talk about Alabama versus Georgia, I feel like that's where we have the next advantage. Not only just playing at home, but this systems like this, offensive schemes like this, have given this Nick Saban, this Kirby Smart, this style of defense so many problems, and it's been a consistent thing for the last 10 years.
That's true because they run the similar type defenses.
I mean,
I like that we got Travaris Robinson from y'all though because I feel like he's a really good secondary coach. He's co-DC, but I feel like he's a really good secondary coach. So
I don't too much care for him to be a co-DC cornerback. Well, I don't like him at the corner. Let him coach safeties. I liked his production.
Well, see, he's coaching safeties in Athens. The guy we brought from USC, Dante Williams, is coaching the corners. And USC fans are like, good. We ain't had no good defense. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with your overall defense.
That's your coordinator,
right? Dante Williams was the corner coach, and his corners led top 5 in interceptions in 2022 at USC. So if he teaching them to get interceptions, Kirby can handle the rest.
Right. And that's what I was saying. Like, I feel like the schemes kind of clash now. And then not in favor of the defensive style that you've seen with Georgia over the years. I think this is the first year where Kirby sees the evolution process of how he's building his defense through recruiting. We know Kirby is a strong recruiter, and he can switch up. I feel like Kirby has built up a brand and a reputation to where he could switch up the agenda mid recruiting and target guys and convince guys to show up to Georgia, just like Bama. You see it happening right now with Bama. But this new style, this style of offense, Tennessee gave y'all problems with it. This spread and it's Missouri spread.
Tennessee didn't give us no problem. Dog. You ain't seen it. We ain't had no problem with Tennessee.
Joe Milton's passes were horrible against y'all. If he played calm like he did against us last season, Tennessee, that game I'm
not even talking about the Milton because I didn't respect him as the quarterback. I'm talking about against Hendon Hooker, dog. We beat them and we beat them.
But that was a different team. That O-line was nowhere near as good as they was this year. That Hendon Hooker O-line was nowhere near as good and as experienced.
Let's just say we ain't had no problem because this is the thing. It ain't about just spreading you out. You got to start their run game. And if they can't run on us, they can't do nothing on us.
Go look at what Heupel did with us last year. And he did the same thing with y'all last year. The attack was there. It's just Milton could not hit a lot of those passes. And it's a simple thing. But you look at how Kalen DeBoer designs the scheme. In this style of defense, a lot of the linebacker reads come from the offensive line's movement. Kalen DeBoer in this scheme, they scheme it up to where they're moving guys. It's like ghost moves to see just to create reactions to open up the real thing. You know what I'm saying? Left guard pull to the weak side. You know what I'm saying? Strong side guard pull the weak side for no reason with the run action just to open up the backside slant to slide the linebacker 2 yards to the right. Falling the guard pulling. You get what I'm saying? So those are the small things that you didn't see a lot of in the SEC. But you saw it efficiently from Tennessee. You saw it from Missouri. You saw it from Ole Miss. And it forces you to respect the run game, but also it shows you getting the ball out in space quickly and forcing those big linebackers that are used to
playing gap contain, those defensive ends and edge rushers that's trying to seal the edge, that's not comfortable with dropping back in coverage, that's where the exposure comes. And your secondary starts to get exposed because now you're playing all this mismatch and pass off coverage on the back end or flow under, flow over. It's just a lot to deal with. And Kirby's going to have to show that he can handle that 7-8 weeks out of the season now rather than, 2 or 3 weeks. What he been used to.
I don't think it's gonna have to be 7-8 weeks out of the season. You talk about Kalen DeBoer, that's one game. Ole Miss, we've shown that we can handle Ole Miss. Ole Miss, Jackson Dart wasn't Joe Milton. He ain't somebody that's missing throws. They just wasn't able to get nothing going against us. And in the Missouri game, if you go back and watch Missouri game, the problem was we couldn't slow down the run. Cody Schrader was carrying them. Luther Burton had 3 catches. He had 1 touchdown for like 15 yards. The rest of the time, he didn't have nothing because what happened was.
But he also demanded bracket coverage.
No, he didn't.
Man,
we didn't. We didn't bracket coverage.
We're gonna break down game film because I'm gonna show you. Them boys. Eli literally was motioning his number one to create the safety corner bracket, and every time y'all roll with it, that's what was pulling the safety out of the box to affect y'all in the run game. That's all they kept doing, creating a mismatch. And every time
when Fran Brown came into Athens, he brought in, like, Kirby had never did traveling with his corners, and when Fran Brown came in and became our corners coach, he actually convinced Kirby to start traveling. If you watch the South Carolina game, first half of the game, Xavier Leggett is killing us.
Yep.
He's absolutely murdering us. Second half, Lassiter traveled with him, nothing. Same thing happened with Luther Burton. Luther Burton didn't do nothing against us. That's what I'm saying. You're saying that Kirby has to show that, but we showed it. We showed it twice last year against Mizzou and Ole Miss.
I'm pulling it
again. Tennessee hasn't done anything against Georgia under hype.
I'm pulling the Georgia schedule up right now. All right. And this is what I talked about. And you haven't given Clemson that respect. And I really think this is one. Yeah, Georgia fans, college football alike.
You asked me about the 3 games. Like, Clemson's a good team, but even Clemson fans will tell you Cade Klubnik ain't showed them nothing. That's some Clemson fans.
Listen, you don't have to show them. You don't have to show a fan nothing. What happens on the field? It's some things that Clemson started building on towards the end of last year. If they can continue to build on that in this offseason, and it starts with their defensive front. They got a good defense. They definitely got a good defense, but their problem hasn't been defense these past 3 years. It's been offense because, for one, they hadn't had the weapons on the outside, so now they're going to be counting on some freshmen. And Cade Klubnik can't make post snap reads. That's been his problem. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking Clemson, but I don't put Clemson up there as a challenge with Alabama, Ole Miss, and Texas on the road. That's not the same kind of challenge. Maybe not week 6, but week 1. That's that we
literally returned everybody on offense, dog. Like what are we talking about?
Week one against Clemson. I mean, come on, bro. And it's at a neutral site. We know Athens gonna travel to Atlanta. We know that, but Clemson is not coming into this game expecting to be looked at as the overwhelming underdog. They're getting slotted to win their conference this year. So they want to put on a good show.
I got them winning the ACC.
So my thing is this: they're bringing back some, like you said, some young guys on the perimeter, right? But when you have an offensive-minded coach that wants to build off the run game, and this offensive line at Clemson is going to be a physical offensive line, they're experienced this year. That might have a lot to do with Klubnik's development. Now, in practice, you got guys that's used to seeing them. We saw that with doggone Jalen Miro. Last year, he would get in practice. Nobody trusted him in practice, but get in the game, and he started developing. People started seeing his gameplay, and that's what kept him as the starter. I think Klubnik, with the right pace and this solid defense and this offensive line continuing to grow, this would be a good game for y'all to start off. And I'm not counting Georgia. I'm not saying Georgia's going to lose that one. But if it was an upset, I would not be surprised because it's week one. Only because it's week one. Other than that, I get an edge to Georgia, but it's week one. You don't know what to expect. Georgia has all this experience. Do they come out underestimating Clemson?
I don't think so because we played Clemson 2 years ago. So, and we over the years, not just under Kirby, we've always played Clemson, and so I don't think that's something that we worry about us underestimating Clemson. We know Clemson's coming in. I said that I think Clemson is one of the better defenses we're gonna see all year, and I think Kirby thinks the same thing. And we played them on a neutral site in Charlotte last time, and the defense had no problem with it. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, it's like, I get that people, I don't know, I guess because people saw Alabama beat us, which what's new? I mean, we've lost to Alabama multiple times under Kirby. So like people saw us lose to Alabama, and all of a sudden now Georgia got a lot of problems. Like Carson Beck threw for 4,000 yards. We got a deep running back room. We bring back all our receivers. So I mean, we averaged 40 points a game last year.
You bring back all your receivers?
Yeah, we bring back all our receivers this year except for Ladd McConkey. And people like, oh, well, what y'all gonna do without Brock Bowers? Brock Bowers, there is no replacement for Brock Bowers. We all know that.
Y'all got another one, Oscar Dub. We're not asking questions about that. But my thing, but production does account. That's why Alabama's receiving core isn't getting as much respect. All of our production is gone from the receiving core. You bring back the quarterback, who you expect to improve, right? But all of your major production is gone.
No, so that's another misconception. People watch highlights and say our production is gone. Let me give you a breakdown of the production. Brock Bowers had 56 catches. Dominic Levitt returns 54 catches. They only separate by about 100 yards in total yards. Marcus Rosemary-Jackson and Ladd McConkey were second and third, but Ra Thomas, who probably about to get kicked off the team, we ain't worried about him. But Dylan Bell is back. And then when you insert Kobe Young, who has 2 to 3 years experience at Miami, I mean, like, again, we're not trying to replace Brock Bowers. I get that. But to act like Dominic Levitt ain't still coming back. And then we got Dylan Bell out there, who was pretty much our jack of all trades, Debo Samuels type, where he actually had more carries running the ball than some of the running backs. And he had a lot of receptions as well. To say our production ain't returning is to watch a box score watch, I guess you would say, and not actually watch the game. That's what I'm saying. So
this is my saying for this, right? You might watch the box score. I'm watching the game. Levitt benefited from a Bowers being on the field, from a McConkey being on the field. Rosemary-Jackson, all of those receivers that were able to be second and third options benefited from those guys being the intricate part. How does Carson Beck adjust from that? We saw Bryce Young struggle when Jameson Williams and Mechie left the second. Right. It's natural, bro. So don't.
I'm not saying it won't, but y'all act like ain't nothing returning. But when you talk about your receiver room, you act like
no. Mine's is pure speculation. I promise you. I look at what I've been able to see with my eyes. I can't say what's happening at Georgia practice. I could look at that spring game and say, I ain't worried about nothing. Y'all receiver core because your secondary. I know. Oh my God, I can't wait. Week 4 is gonna be funny. I can't wait to have you on. We run up on our time, bro. But anything else, you was kind of weighing in on the Bama outlook. I like where you was heading. With the outlook on what you expect as outside looking in from Bama. If you had to give me a bold prediction, and this to kind of set up our interaction, our collapse throughout the season. If you had to set up a bold prediction for the SEC, and you being a content creator, somebody I love what you do over there, man. What would you say is like the story of the SEC for this season if you had to make a blind bold prediction? And this ain't something we can hold you to. This just like my feels right now because I'm a fan today.
2 of the teams in the SEC, whether it be Georgia, Bama, Georgia, Texas, Bama, OU, or something like that, 2 of the teams may have to play each other multiple times. It's like Georgia, Bama could play in week 4, then again in the SEC championship, then again in the Natty.
It could happen.
It's possible. It really is possible. Of course, Ohio State's gonna have something to say about that, but I really believe that kind of thing can happen. Ole Miss could have something to say about that too, because they are loaded. Now we ain't seen Lane do it, but they loaded.
I mean, you got Ole Miss sitting right there. I think OU is an over the hump team. I actually made a diagram earlier on the show. It's a few teams that's in that second tier, right below Alabama, Texas, and Georgia, who are clear cut top tier for the SEC. And then, like you said, Ole Miss is right there teetering on the edge for me. Can they get over the hump? Can they do one of the big games and beat Georgia? Can they have a early win? I think they have. Is it Texas? They have early. Ole Miss. Does Ole Miss have Texas early?
Let's see. What they don't have is they don't have to play y'all.
Yeah, that you know what? I'm glad for that this year because Ole Miss has a innate ability of coming in and just messing up momentum for Bama those years where when we supposed to be progressing. They just have a way of doing it, man. And with Kiffin,
they like y'all Missouri. They like y'all Missouri. They don't beat y'all, but they give y'all a tough time.
Every time. Yeah, and like you said, like when Missouri show up to play Georgia, I feel like Missouri show up and play their best game. They first 8 minutes of the game every year, they just look like they about to run over y'all. And
you know they've been in the league 12 years. They only beat us one time, but every time we play them, I feel like it's kind of like
it's something.
We could lose this thing.
It's something. It's always something. But yeah,
so
man.
Ole Miss gets Oklahoma, but they don't get Texas. They get Oklahoma, but they get them at home though.
Okay.
And they put Texas, they put Georgia and Bama on the road against Texas OU.
Yeah. And see, that's crazy. I you would have thought, but I kind of like that because now we go into the next year with these new classes, man, bro. I'm telling you, I'm excited about the future for the SEC. It's a lot of talent coming to the SEC, bro.
Big fact. I think Kalen DeBoer gonna do something, man. He a winner. He is what he is. He a winner. Nobody's Saban, but he's a winner. So I think he's gonna do his thing. It's gonna be interesting. I'll probably be down there in Tuscaloosa. Our guys is taking the charter from Atlanta to Tuscaloosa, so I might be on that charter on the weekend.
Hey, check out that tailgate party event, man. We got a little section, and it's gonna be a good mixture of Bama and Georgia fans at the whole event. My community. Shout out to the tailgate party committee, man. My big brother Lee. They were gracious enough to allow us to sponsor our own section, man. We're gonna have our own tent set up right next to the big screen where the big game's gonna be played. We'll basically be like the representation of the Bama fan base for this tailgate party, and it's gonna be a good opportunity for exposure for us. But so I don't know what your plans is initially, but you might be able to check it out, man. And even if you don't come to the party, we should be able to collab game day if you're gonna be in town and do some post game stuff. You know, it's just so many possibilities. I got so much going on in my brain when it comes to this content stuff, bro. I'm really in my bag right now. I'm really in my bag right now.
Big thanks. Yeah, man, we'll figure something out, man. If we don't do nothing but do a show the week before, the week leading up to it, or something like that, or if you get together on that Friday night, I don't know. We'll figure out something, some way to collab.
For sure, man.
Yeah, keep putting out the content, dog. You be out here like working.
Look, I'm trying, bro. Just trying to catch up because I feel like I'm behind, but just know I know, and like you know, man, everything is done in God's timing, and so his time is always the best time. It's the only timing that matters, and that's all I'm relying on right now. And I'm enjoying the process. It ain't easy, but it's worth it. And I'm glad to be able to connect with fellas like you, man. Great energy, good vibes, know your stuff. I'm glad. I'm putting together a SEC panel of content creators, man. To create a network where we're just kind of just dialoguing off each other, everybody looking at each other and seeing the same grind. Saying not everybody do this with the same passion, man. And
you already know that I'm selective, so you're right. You're right. But if you need some more different teams, I got our little Saturday night soccer. Matter of fact, this Saturday night at 9:00, man, we do our SEC season preview.
Oh yeah, let's do it. Look, and even if I don't get on the panel, bro, my community tell you, we show up. If I feel like it's gonna be good content, I share it. They'll let you know. I'll share it in our group, our Discord, and we pull up. We represent AAA, and we talk trash in everybody else chat, just like they come in and talk trash in ours. And we keep it respectful because I want to build a fan community, bro. I feel like a fan community is way better than just having a select group. Being around Alabama fans is great. But being around Georgia fans, Auburn fans, Florida fans that can talk good trash, talk football, stand 10 toes down for their team, take a loss on the chin and still show up the next week and talk good trash or talk good football, enjoy watching other football games, amongst other football fans. Those are the type of people we trying to bring around in our community, bro. So I feel like you share the same type of energy. So let's keep building this, man. And I appreciate you for calling in and supporting the network, bro. It meant a lot, man. We've been on the phone for a good 30 minutes. And I appreciate it. It don't even feel like it.
I know. I can listen, boy. You talking ball, I can do that all night long.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I think the chat solid. I think the chat enjoyed having a different opposing a fan of opposing school. Not saying you just Georgia. You already established that you talk all football, and me too. That's what I'm a Bama fan, but we talk everything college football. It's just tomorrow's kickoff, fall camp kickoff.
Fall camp is here.
It's here, baby.
The clacking, though.
It's up, man. We're trying to clock in for real. But yeah, man, I appreciate you for calling in, brother, and 100%, man. Can't wait to do these collabs in the future, bro.
I appreciate you, dog.
All right, man. Take it easy, brother.
Later.
Yes, sir. Yo, good calling segment tonight, y'all. I am 2 hot shows today. I can't keep going, y'all. I can't lie. I am burnt out. Y'all had your boy working today. Lord have mercy. Y'all had your boy working. The phone calls, y'all, you know what the problem is? Y'all get on these phone calls and y'all provide so much quality sound bites. I get to editing and my brain get to racing and I get in this mode. I get in my bag and I just can't stop. But tonight I'm gonna get me some rest because we off tomorrow. We're off from the live streams tomorrow, so no live content tomorrow. We will be posting VODs. If you're not a member of the AAA family, get in there because we got some exclusive stuff I'm posting for members only. I'm not going to release it to the public. I'm only going to be doing for members only. Some real behind the scenes stuff. Yep, some real behind the scenes stuff. So if you want to get that information, you want to get privy to it, I'm going to run the commercial, how to become a member of the AAA family, and the merch commercial, and then we ending the show. So with that being said, y'all, I'm Coach Smook. Thank y'all for showing love and support. Listen, appreciate y'all for showing up. Hey, make sure y'all go shop, check out my brother, Fanatic Sports, man. Their network is pretty solid, man. I'm telling y'all, it's a solid one. Go check them out on YouTube. Make sure you hit them boys with a subscribe, man. I'm all about the vibes, man. All about the vibes, and they bring it. Susan, what's up? Look, showing up late to the party, but you're here. We ending it tonight, though, Susan. You know how we do, man. I'll see y'all again Thursday morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, sharp. We will be back with the Energy call-in show. Every show here on out is going to have a call-in segment, whether it's a fourth quarter call-in segment, rapid fire, long conversation, whatever. We're going to have call-in shows because I like talking to my people. So with that being said, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, man. Smook, we definitely got to get it again, man. I've been calling in next time you go live. I have some great things to discuss. Facts, Bear. I'm with it. Appreciate that, my boy, for pulling up for real. Hey, but thank y'all for showing love and supporting the channel, man. I'm your boy, Coach Smook. Shout out to my brother, Vaughn, and my little sister, Jada, man. They housing your boy this week while my space is getting set up. So I got everything that's set up now. The lighting and everything is perfect. You know, Vaughn do content too. So y'all going to be seeing him bring some more inspirational moments to the Coach Smook Network, but they're going to be doing some vlogging themselves. They're going to be doing their content. So y'all get ready to start supporting them. And y'all, I can't believe y'all been letting me do 2 lives without having our logo at the top. Y'all bad. You know what? It ain't y'all fault. I'm blaming Marquita. Marquita had to go back to work in the building, and she ain't been here to keep me squared away. And Trina is just learning. She's still in training. So I'm blaming Marquita. I blame the producer Marquita for us being jacked up. But I appreciate y'all for pulling up tonight. I'm going to catch y'all Thursday. Love y'all. Enjoy y'all rest day, y'all day off, and check out some content. We're going to be putting out some content tomorrow. Love y'all. Be blessed. I'm your boy, Coach Smook, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Did somebody say put me in the game? The time has finally come. Here at the Coach Smook Network, we are officially launching our first merchandise line. We will have a lineup of t-shirts, long sleeve shirts, sweatshirts, and hoodies available, with more items to come in the future. The way you can find these items is by simply going to the YouTube page, clicking on the links, and you will see the Coach Smook Network merchandise link below. Or during our live stream, type in the chat, !merch, and you will see the link come up. And from that website, you can purchase all the variety of merchandise that we have available. So between now and August 31st, you will have a chance to receive a 15% discount on all merchandise available. Don't wait too long. Don't wait until it gets close to the end. Coach Smook Network is growing fast, and I'm glad to be a part of what we're building here. Thank you for your support, and go get your merch, man.